Tierney and Sal Licata on WFAN The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I saw your tweet. One more round.
Let's go.
Let's have at it, BT.
Baby.
And let's get right into it as we normally do here. So you saw the article from John Heyman of the Post last night that the Mets are right now in a state of thinking about what they should do as it pertains to Tarek Skubal, where Skubal is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. He's available from the Tigers. We know why. The Tigers, there's no chance they sign him to a long term. We've been saying this for a while. So the Mets are in a spot where they're thinking, is it worth it to go all in outside of McLean? He's off limits. He said that as well. Heyman wrote that in his article, as he should be. Is it worth it for the Mets right now to go all in to make sure they get Tarek Skubal? And my answer is simply yes. I'm not waiting for free agency. I'm not waiting for anything. Go get Tarek Skubal now.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a lot of teams waiting for that, and I want to get in line. I want the Yankees to be one of those teams. So, of course, you do what you have to do here, but I do think that it's a fine line to walk here. You talk about the state of what they're thinking. It can't become a state. What can't happen to the Mets right now? I don't think it will, because I do think that Stearns is going to remain committed to whatever plan he's plotting out. It can't go to a state of desperation, meaning, all right, now Diaz didn't go the way they envisioned. Pete, they didn't want him, so that's not a big deal. They obviously traded Nimmo, so they're obviously fine with that. But the reaction has been, wow. I mean, listen, man. I mean, we have been listening to the Fan for a long time. We have been on the Fan for years. I don't know, and I don't want to be hyperbolic and a prisoner of the moment. I don't know if a fan base has ever been quite this incensed for multiple days in a row with multiple stories. So you can't allow that energy to now reshape what you think and what you do, but hell yeah, if the Tigers are trading Skubal, Mets, Yanks, everybody, knock down the door, go get him. He's unbelievable.
Here's where I disagree with you, with certainly the Yankees, but maybe even other teams. The Mets are in a position where they need an ace. It is a clear need. The Mets are also in a position where, it's not by my measurements because I have no idea, but many people are saying that their farm system is the best in Major League Baseball. So they're in a position to go land a pitcher or a piece that they desperately need. Plus, they have the resources to spend on Tarek Skubal when, in fact, he does hit free agency in a year. The Yankees don't, or they can't. They can't. There's no way the Yankees can spend $400 million on Skubal when they have all the money allotted to Cole and Rodon.
Well, they could. They just probably will elect not to.
Well,
they could.
I mean,
let's go. They could. They could.
BT, they might not even bring Bellinger back. You tell me they're going to spend. Think about how much money. Now, maybe they trade Rodon, and that helps offset some of it. But between Fried, Cole, Rodon, I don't know how you could build a team and justify spending $400 million on a pitcher that's not even your primary need at the time.
Well, I mean, listen, that's why I say could. Do I think they will? I don't. Now, they're probably also a little, the Band-Aid is off at this point, as is the ointment. It's dried up in terms of being burned by giving up a lot and then having Soto come here for a one-year rental. So I'm sure they'd be very reticent to do that again with the prospects of being burned again. And to get Skubal, now listen, the Yankees obviously gave up some good stuff to get Soto, but to get Skubal, you're going to have to give up. But they're going to say, I want Lombard, I want Schlittler, I want this, I want that.
You probably don't have to give up Schlittler. If the Mets can't give up McLean, I don't even know if the Yankees have what it takes. It's going to depend on what the Tigers want. And by the way, maybe the Mets don't have. Maybe the Tigers want the Dodgers farm system.
Well, that's where I was going to go. And that's an interesting thing, because just forget about the narrowness for a moment of the Yankees packages and the Mets packages. When you look at a trade of this magnitude, and it's clear he's going to be dealt. I mean, they are $250 million apart. And sadly, for a market, it's not like they're out there in the sticks in Montana. If Montana had a team, or in South Dakota, Detroit's basically a top 10 market. It used to be, maybe out of the top 10, a little bit now, as they've lost some residents. But it's a major market. To not find the resources is a bigger issue with baseball. And that's why there'll be no baseball in 27 for a chunk. But I think when you look at talent evaluation, number one, it's clearly subjective. Hey, I look at your shortstop, and I think he's going to be a future MVP. The other team looks at your shot, or whatever position it might be, and they think that he's going to be a 7-hitter because, he can't handle the breaking ball. So there's that, number one. Number two, even though the Mets prospect crop is highly thought of, and there's no doubt every publication has it, number one, number two, number three, that's a given. But what the Tigers need, or want might not match the best chips in the treasure chest of the Mets prospects. So this is a longer process, but the question, and it's the easiest one of the day, since we've been together, should the Mets go after Skubal? But of course.
But the counter to that is, would you give up Carson Bench and Jet Williams?
I've never seen Carson Bench do a damn thing. I've been hearing about Jet Williams for 3 years.
But also, you do need those guys to be successful. To have a sustained winner, you need to rely on the farm system to turn out at least a couple of different players here. And the Mets could easily just say, you know what? We're good, just like they did with Soto. You know what? We're good. Let somebody else go trade a boatload for him, and then we're just going to pay for him. So that, to me, is where the Mets can get Tarek Skubal, and they could get him two different ways. One, get him now and trade a lot of the farm to get him. Two, just wait, let some other sucker trade for him now, and then sign him in the offseason. Because the one thing that the Mets won't do is get outbid for Skubal if they want him. Now, he could choose to go elsewhere. Maybe some other team, he'll take less money to go elsewhere. I don't know. I don't know what makes him tick, but he's a Boris guy, which makes me think the most money makes him tick. And if that's the case, the Mets are going to pay him the most money. I'm confident in saying that, which is why they should maybe just get ahead of it and go get him now so you have a full year of him plus whatever you do with free agency. But there is a fine line of what you're giving up. I don't think it should be Sproat, Tong, one of Williams or Benj, maybe others. I think the Mets should have enough to be able to get him without giving up both of their top prospects and still being able to protect McClain, because McClain's a non-starter at this point for a guy who's got 1 year of control left.
Well, that's the key. I mean, this is not a Skeens thing where you would give up a McClain and you would give up the Benjes and the Williamses and a Sproat, maybe not Sproat, maybe not all three young pitchers, but yeah, controllability obviously matters. I mean, it matters to the Yankees, and I really believe it's going to matter to David Stearns as he builds this thing out in his vision. The only risk here is if you give up, let's say, three, I'm just throwing this out just to keep the conversation moving, three of your top 5 or 6 prospects now to get him for a rental. I really believe that the way the Mets were going to build out their roster this year was going to, and I've said this for well over a month on the fan, was going to be through the trade market. So if you give up, and I'll just say, let's say a Sproat, a Tong, and whatever position player, not McClain, one position player, well then do you have enough to go get a Buxton? Or do you have enough to go out and get a trade that maybe we're not thinking about right now that maybe Stearns is? And if the answer to that is no, well, now, just for the sake of conversation, maybe the more prudent route would be sign Michael King or sign Valdez, whatever, and kind of go that route.
But that's why I think it's a conversation.
It's absolutely a conversation.
Me, I'm putting all my chips in. And again, I need to see what the exact offer is. I'm not letting anybody hold me over the barrel. So the Tigers aren't in a position of power. They may think that they are, and they may have their most value right now, but it's only going to get worse as each day goes on. And they don't have to trade him to the Mets. But if I'm the Mets, I can say, well, I don't need him right now. I could just wait until the offseason. He might not be the difference. If you put Skubal on the Mets right now, are they automatically a World Series winner?
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're a playoff team right now, honestly. This team is a 70-something win team right now.
That's exactly right.
Like right now?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So I agree with you. So my point is the Mets could build a team that can make the playoffs with or without Tarek Skubal. He's not the final piece, where if he were the final piece, then maybe I'd say give them all up. Benj, Williams, Sproat, Tong, whatever. Give outside of McClain. Give them all up to get him in here now. They're not in that spot, so I'm not going nuts over the top. I'm going to give them a more than fair offer, but I'd let them pick Benj or Williams. And it's nice for me to let them pick. I wouldn't just say you could only have Williams. I want Benj. I prefer to have Benj. But if they say Benj instead of Williams, okay, I'll deal with keeping Williams. You could have Sproat and Tong and pick a couple other guys that you want, whether it's major league ready guys, if it's Beatty or Vientos, whether it's more guys from the minors. I'm fine with that. But you also don't want to be reckless because the Mets have, unfortunately, other holes to fill. So it's not worth it to give everything up for one pitcher who at this particular point wouldn't be the difference of them winning a World Series or not.
All right, phones are already ringing off the hook. We'll get to them in a minute. BT and Sal, 888-808-1019. Last show, we'll have a lot of fun throughout, sprinkle in all the stuff and finish up strong here. My only thing before we get to the phones, I wonder, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive Stearns is not changing his thought process. That's why he's here. And that's why some guys are gone, quite frankly. I do wonder, with something like with Skubal, if he's dangled to the Mets and Stearns is reluctant, like, hey, you know what? I can't give up this package of prospects. I wonder if at that point, Cohen, based on all the negativity and all the negative energy, which I understand and we all do, Been a rough week for the Mets here, for the Met fans. If Cohen says, you know what, hey, you want to let Pete walk, you don't want to build around a 30-something-year-old first baseman who can't move, who's a righty, I'll let you do that. I don't want to hear about prospects. Make it happen.
But why would he do that now?
I don't know. Maybe he's reacting to the fans. He reacted to the fans last year.
But if he did that, I think that would be a mistake.
Well,
especially at this
yeah,
point.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if he did it for Pete or Diaz, and even then, I wouldn't like it. I think the Mets are operating in a proper way right now. Cohen should provide the resources. He should also get out of the way and let Stearns do what he wants to do. So if you're going to pick and choose where you get in,
I know.
That's going to be a problem to me.
I agree with you just as a concept. Right. I totally agree with you, but it's hard to calculate. Again, we've said this about Cohen. He was embarrassed this year, and he tweeted the other day for the first time in a while, acknowledged it's been a rough run. You know he's getting bombarded with negativity. How could you let Pete go? Homegrown Pete, what are you doing? Diaz didn't even come. Diaz didn't even, he didn't want to be here. What's going on, Steve? What's going on? You know, when somebody who is used to winning in whether it's the boardroom, whether it's the portfolio with the stocks and finance, when somebody who has that much worldly power, and he does in terms of that level of wealth, when he feels as if he's now losing, emotions and thought processes can shift abruptly. That's all I'm saying.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Larry is in Westchester starting us off. What's up, Larry?
Hey, BT Sal, how you guys doing today?
Good.
Larry boy, what's happening?
Listen, the first thing I want to say, I got a couple things, is I can't tell you how much I'm going to miss you guys. I've been listening to the Fan since day one, back in the Pete Franklin days, and you guys, by far, have the best show on the Fan. You treat the callers with respect, and you're both knowledgeable. I'm from the Bronx originally, and the best compliment I can give you two guys, you're both stand-up guys. That's all I'm going to say about that.
We appreciate that very much, Larry.
Buddy.
Thank you.
Now, getting to Screwball, they can make this trade, but then what? They're still so far short the way this team is constituted. Do they have the appetite to go out and get all these other guys that they need? Or are they going to try and slip us a Japanese first baseman, a Harrison Bader for center field? I'm tired of getting apology letters from ownership, especially from Cohen, saying be patient, be patient. I've been patient for 60 years with these guys. Enough is
That's another
enough.
10, Larry.
I want a championship. I'm 68. I don't know how much longer I got. I'm
You got
the best
time,
of
buddy.
health.
Yeah.
Probably not much longer, Larry. But longer than we have. And thank you for the call. We appreciate checking.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, listen, we're going to plow through these calls. I'm pretty sure what Larry just said, the first call of the day, pertaining to where he's at as a Met fan. Now, not every Met fan we're going to talk to today has been a Met fan for 60 years, but I'm sure that they are fed up and disgusted.
But that to me is the wrong thing. You're right. We've talked about it a lot over the last couple of days. We can get into a different level of that or a different layer of that. Let's keep it going here with the school stuff. Mark is calling from Westchester. What's up, Mark?
Hey guys, thanks for taking the call.
Got it.
What's up, Mark?
Just want to say that I'm really gonna miss you listening to you guys on the Fan. I've been listening for about a year and a half. So just want to say thank you guys and good luck with whatever you guys go with next.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. So I'm a Yankees fan, but I decided to call. I just wanted to talk to you guys this one last time. It would be really cool to see Taylor Scoobel get traded to the Mets. He's obviously a really good pitcher. It's going to obviously take a lot to get him. But if I were the Tigers, and probably the Mets wouldn't want to do it, but Nolan McClain would probably have to be in that trade. He's just too good of a player. And Taylor Scoobel is just too great of a player to get rid of and not get McClain back in return.
But here's the problem. Thank you,
Yep.
Mark. Thank you. We appreciate it very
buddy.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the kind words. Here's the problem with that. If the Tigers say we want Scoobel, the Mets, if the Tigers say we want McClain, the Mets say, no, thank you.
And you know what the Tigers say? Okay. I'll talk to Toronto.
Then go ahead. But they move on.
Okay.
That's a non-starter. You would be the biggest idiot of all time if you traded a young, controllable starting pitcher that showed what Nolan McClain could do for a guy who's going to command $400 million that you have for 1 year of control. It just doesn't make any sense.
I hear you. I do hear you. But,
Same with Schlittler. It's not just because of a McClain.
I get you.
Who the hell knows what he's going to be?
McClain's different.
Yeah.
I mean, again, he's different. He's that Tong and Sproat. I like Sproat. My small sample, clearly. I myself like Sproat stuff a little bit more than Tong. McClain stays healthy, and McClain's going to be a multi-time All-Star. He's going to, he might win a Cy Young. Like, he's the guy that's getting the ball game 1, game 3, game 5, game 7, NLCS World Series. That's the kind of pitcher I think he's got that kind of stuff. And I know he's got that kind of sack. The sackometer, as per the BT and Sal show, is it's dragging. It's dragging on the concrete. I love him. However, just to finish that, we're thinking about it from our perspective here. Let's think about it from their perspective. They got back-to-back Cy Young winner who's, if he's healthy, probably going to win number 3 in a row next year. If the Mets say no to McClain, the Tigers go, click, all right, we'll talk business with other teams.
And then you would say, okay, and we'll just sign him after the year. That's what I'm saying. The Mets can adjust here. The Tigers are the team who can't adjust because they have to trade him now. But every day that they continue to have him on as we get closer and closer to the season, they're losing value. Because the value right now is at a max off of what he's done the last several years.
Last year, you can make the point. Really, that was the max value.
Now, think about it this way. If you brought it up last year, then McClain would have been involved. Mm-hmm. If they were smart, they could have traded Skubal last year and said, we want McClain. And the Mets at that point, we'd be like, who's McClain?
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
Yep.
So the idea,
like I would have said about Schlittler 9 months ago.
That's exactly right.
Whatever.
Exactly right. And that's the key, identifying those guys before it's too late. Now it's too late. The Mets would never trade him. Oh, and by the way, having Skubal for only 1 year of control is far less valuable than 2 years or even 1.5 years. So I still think the Mets are in a position of power. What's the worst that could happen? The Tigers say, we're going to go elsewhere and trade Tarek Skubal. And then you say, okay, we're going to build our team out this way and go trade for Peralta, and then we'll sign Skubal in the offseason. Yeah. Or at least be in the game to sign Skubal and probably be the favorite to sign Skubal in the offseason.
Listen, honestly, man, it sounds good, and it sounds practical, and it sounds logical, and it sounds smart. The risk, and you know this, is that you take that route and then Skubal signs with the Dodgers. And now, that doesn't mean that McClain can't be the head of the rotation guy for a long time. Maybe you get a Peralta, maybe a Sproat becomes even better than I think. There's other ways to get better for sure. But if you don't give up what the Tigers, not ask for, what the Tigers demand, then you don't get him now, and you also might not get him down the road. If that's a risk, and I know you're willing to take it, which I understand, but if you're willing to take that chance, understand, good chance you're not getting them ever.
Michael's calling from Middletown. What's up, Michael?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, hey, gents. Good morning. Great to talk to you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We got you, man. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Right on. So, first time, long time. I've been listening to the fan since 1994 when I moved back to New York, and I haven't called in. I've been waiting to call in on you guys because I love your show so much, and I've learned so much from it over the years. The thing that I really like about listening to you guys is, and the example of this would be the Knicks. I mean, 25 years ago, I'd say, I totally just gave up on the NBA. I was a huge basketball fan. And Larry Bird and Michael Jordan in that era,
yep,
was really my heyday. And I just got tired of the NBA. And I listened to you guys a couple of years ago, starting to talk about the Knicks and how Thibodeau completely changed the way that the Knicks played. And I started to watch games, and I started to understand, oh, wow, people are driving the paint. They're actually there's some blood out there on the court, And I really loved it, and it brought me back to basketball, and I never would have had that had it not been for you guys.
Oh, nice.
So
there you go.
I just want to let you guys know how much we learn from listening to you. It's not just entertainment, although, I mean, I fell in love with Sal back in the Vogelback thing after he took over for Tiki, because I love the idea of sending Vogelback to the All-Star game when he was.
Oh, remember that bit? Yeah, I remember that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we were trying to get Vogel back. I think Hoff started that. We're trying to get him to the All-Star game.
Well, and Michael, we appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Mike.
Thank you so much for the call and for your support over the last couple of years. I would say, BT, that is one of the highest compliments that you can pay. I think for us, the best thing that we ever hear is, you guys remind me of Mike and the dog. That will always be the best thing to hear. And it's subjective. Some people could say that. Some people could say you guys suck or you're not any good, whatever. And we understand that. We accepted all that. It's just part of the job. But when we hear that, the Mike and the dog comparisons, that means a lot to us because that was our show. Those guys were our guys. But what he just said there is also something I saw Dog talking about not too long ago on a podcast. Part of our job is to get listeners to care about what we're talking about. So if you're listening and like, I don't really care about the Knicks, but we're talking about it in a passionate, fiery way that makes somebody like Michael, you know what, let me check this out. That is one of the highest compliments I think you could pay any talk show host.
I'll tell you, we didn't get much to talk about with the Jets and the Giants when we came together here, but the Knicks gave us some juices, no doubt.
That was fun.
Yes. I mean, I remember you coming to the backyard, having a few pops, watching a couple of Knick playoff games with the fire pit in my backyard.
Which we could still do, by the way.
Well, we could pretty much watch
Maybe
every,
a different
we could sit there
backyard?
every day. No. A bigger backyard at some point. But I do think that the Knick energy is something that you and I both appreciated. And that's really, I think back to my days listening to the Fan, and obviously Mike and Chris, the two legends. Like, of course, I love the Yankee talk, the Met talk, but the Yankee and the Met talk over the years has changed. It's become a little bit more intertwined, if you will. Like back in the day, the Yanks and the Mets were always separate. Now it's been a lot of crossover, whether it's the Soto stuff, for a multitude of reasons. But the Knick juice back then with Riley and Patrick and the fight with P.J. Brown and Charlie Ward and getting suspended again. I mean, I would love listening to that stuff on the Fan with those guys and to talk Knicks and talk it the right way. It's been an honor. It's been awesome.
I'm glad we had the opportunity to do that with the Knicks relevant. That just happened to be luck. Because for years,
maybe not luck.
Well, I'm saying with the Knicks being good.
Maybe our presence willed the Knicks to give us something that the city needed.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. It's the finale of this show, so we're looking forward to hearing from you guys today. Obviously, talking sports. Let's keep it to that as best that we can, but we do appreciate all the kind sentiment.
There's no doubt about it. We'll get back to the calls. Sal and I do have something that is planned for a couple of weeks, which we will tell you about today. And it's going to be awesome. Hey, FanDuel Fridays turn up with an NBA happy hour every Friday from, 6 to 7:30. You can start messing up reads now. Come on. Usually hit these. Now it's the print is all wrong. What's going on here, Sal? Look at the printers. Give it a wrong copy. 6 to 7:30 Eastern. FanDuel's dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boost and bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. Now, this isn't just another promo. It's your weekly pregame NBA happy hour. And it's every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook of the NBA. Check them out. Visit FanDuel.com/BT to grab your reward before the clock expires. That's FanDuel.com/BT. We love the app around here. It is safe and secure. And when you win, best part, you get paid right away. FanDuel's the official sportsbook of the Fan. Must be 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions to apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, please call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Every Saturday at 8 a.m., it's Kickoff with Boomer and Mike Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL.
I need to see a lot more before I'm ready to say, yes, this kid's going to be the next Jackson Dart or Drake May.
Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. And The Fan, always streaming on Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Find excellence in every detail in a new Volvo from Volvo Cars Ramsey. Now find excellent offers with your first lease payment waived during the Holiday Safe Lease Sales event. Lease a new 2025 Volvo EX90 Twin Plus, 7-passenger, $538 per month for 36 months. At Volvo Cars Ramsey, where it's all about you. Call 833-853-2975 for lease details. MSRP $82,140. VIN SG009667. Loaner vehicle, 65 miles, $3,800 down payment. Tax title registration fees, extra, 0 security deposit. Ends 1/2/26.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. But I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Brees Hall, the I-back, at the 5-yard line. Handoff, Brees Hall finds a crease, runs left. He's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown. Jets fans, come out to MetLife Stadium for a Week 17 divisional matchup. See the New York Jets host the New England Patriots Sunday, December 28th at 1 p.m. Presented by Ticketmaster. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
And Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. We're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. One legendary name, 2 exceptional destinations.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT Sal back on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Final day, we'll be together here on the Fan. Let's have some fun talking some sports with you guys as we've done as passionately as we possibly have could over the last 2.5 years, BT.
Yep. I think we emptied the tank, man. We did. Let's keep doing it. Let's have a little bit of fun. I got something for you, too. I want to tell you guys about this now. So, out of respect, just to do this the right way, it'll be on my social. Sal will put this. Can't give away free plugs here, but we have it's already done. The venue is booked. It's in New Jersey. It's phenomenal. Aaron Boone has already agreed to join us. Sal and I are going to have a live night with BT and Sal. Again, you'll get all the information on the social there.
On your social media.
And you'll post, you'll post it. We'll do it,
yeah.
Of course. We've got websites. I'll get that out there as we go to break here, so keep an eye on that. So basically, it's going to be a live BT and Sal. So not streamed, not just, you have to be in the audience to see it. We're going to have my buddy Mike, who is the best Frank Sinatra impersonator in the world. Obviously, Aaron Boone's going to be up there with us. You know, food, drinks,
Boone's coming?
Boone's coming, man. Booney is doing us a solid. I said, Booney, wait, I got this idea. I could have called Patino, but I'm calling you first. Rick's the next call if you don't say yeah. He's for BT and Sal, I'm in. So it's going to be a phenomenal night. Not a lot of tickets available. Check my Instagram in a little bit when we go to break, but it's basically a chance to connect with you guys again. And by the way,
you think I should dress up like the
just don't wear the corduroy suit that you wear in A-Rod's party, please. You're not going to bust it out again. You can't wear it twice in 3 weeks.
I was going to say the DON, the Department of Nerds outfit.
No, I mean you got to show a little respect to Boone. He's coming in from Connecticut to sit up there with a couple of knuckleheads to do this thing. So I will post this. You guys are going to love this. There's a ton of details I didn't even get into, but we'll post that next break. I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Let's get back to the calls here. I do want to say before we get back to the calls that I said this yesterday on Baseball Night in New York on SNY, I believe everybody's acting like what the Mets have done here is the worst thing possible. Oh, no Diaz. And don't get me wrong, I wanted Diaz back. Oh, Pete, how can they let him go? I wanted Pete back. I understand that. But they're acting like it's the worst thing that could happen to the Mets. The worst thing that could have happened to this franchise would have been if they brought everybody back and just added pitching. That would have been the worst thing you could do, because now you're compounding the mistake. Stearns looked at this team, made the difficult decisions to identify some problems, knowing that this core has not been good enough for years, even predating his arrival, and he took a blowtorch to it. And maybe there's more to come. Who knows? Maybe there's a little more to there, just what we talked about yesterday with Lindor. Point is, that to me is the right thing to do. It's hard to get through as it's happening. It's difficult to comprehend how they're making these decisions. The wrong thing would have been to run it back and just tack on pitching to it and cross your fingers and hope that it would have changed. That to me would have been the worst thing that they could have done.
I'm going to, in essence, say the same thing. So you say that, that would have been the worst thing. To me, I'm going to emphasize the positive even more, even though we're saying the same thing. To me, what's happened is the absolute best possible thing that the Mets could have done. I mean, guys, you won 83 games a year ago. Diaz was phenomenal. Pete was great. Soto was really, really good. And you still weren't a team that mattered at all at the end of the day. And you know that, right? And even the success, and again, not to always relitigate past seasons, it gets old, but even the 2022 season, which was 101 wins, second most in Mets history, behind the 108 with the 86 Mets, you go back to that Padres series, and honestly, it was like the varsity versus the JV. You had Nito as a catcher. You had Vogelback, who played that night. The lineup was an absolute joke. Now, it doesn't mean that you couldn't enjoy that season. You did, and you should have. But the idea that was going to ever morph into something big and sustainable and a or a half a decade run of dominance was laughable. What Stearns is doing now, emotionally, it's the worst thing for you, but from building a baseball team, I believe that it's going to prove to be the best thing.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019, the number to call. Bill is calling from Brick, New Jersey. What's up, Bill?
Billy.
Gentlemen, I have been following you since day one. I was extremely leery because you both are very heated, and I love that. And that's what I learned to love about both these two. I mean, it was an amazing run. You will be sorely missed. Guys are great at what you're doing. You will be back in some aspect or something. But you guys stole my thunder. I agree with you guys exactly. Status quo was going to get us nowhere. It was the definition of insanity. They kept on repeating, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. The best thing they did was just go through this pains now. Gentlemen, King Cohen is dead, Sal. This should never be said, BT. I know it drove you nuts with that.
I was laughing most of the time.
Trust me, King Cohen bit is not dead. Whether it's on SNY, whether it's wherever I'm going after this, that's coming with me. And I'll do videos on my house and send it to BT if I have to. I don't care. I'm still taunting them with those. You better believe it.
Going through all the years, Sal, don't forget that Roethlisberger is still better than Eli Manning. Don't forget that. Remember the arguments we got into about that. Gentlemen, good luck. I will be with you in spirit and soul, following you guys. Good luck with everything.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much there, Bill. The Cohen bit is oh my God, is equal parts hysterical, insane. I mean, you name it,
and annoying.
Well, it really never annoyed me. Now, it hasn't proven to be substantive yet. Let's also make sure that we inject that into the equation. But the day that you rolled in, and I knew it was coming, we talked about it on the air.
Yeah.
I said, if you get Soto, red carpet, trumpets, purple Harley race, garb, the crown, the scepter, I'm going to lay out. And I'm going to. And that, to me, between the unkillable speech and you coming in like King Cohen and praising the baseball gods, which, by the way, has still not yet delivered the championship that I think you thought was coming that day, was some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen. I had tears in my eyes, man. It was funny.
Yeah, it was a great day. Unfortunately, like you said, it didn't result in wins. But there is a part of enjoying the offseason.
Yeah.
And the way I was talking about this yesterday with somebody was that, the Mets felt that they won the offseason a year ago. And they probably did, right? You get Soto, had a strong offseason, and yet they won 83 games. And now the feel is, the Mets go to the winter meetings and they're losing players left and right. So they're losing the offseason. doesn't mean, though, that they can't now have a winning season on the field. And I feel like you and I are in agreement that while this is tough to swallow for a lot of fans, this is generally the things that need to happen to turn around a franchise that has never had a sustained winner.
Yeah, it's got to be a foundational overhaul. And that's what the Mets are in the process of right now. And I applaud somebody who's going about this in a cutthroat manner, who doesn't care what you think, doesn't care what we think. It's what he believes in terms of his baseball sensibility is the way to go. And the funny thing is, and I could relate to it, obviously, as a Jets fan, real fast. If you go back to the Unkillable speech, right, one of the things I remember saying, if I don't really know how I remember anything because it was an out-of-body experience, but I do remember saying, you have one of the best quarterbacks in football, so figure it out. You have one of the best young running backs, figure it out. You have one of the best young wide receivers, figure it out. Well, yeah, they did have that, but they didn't have the necessary stuff that you need to actually be good. And so you can sit here, as we have many years, well, Nimmo's pretty good, and, Lindor does this, and they got this guy in the back of the bullpen, and this guy's pretty good as well. The Mets lacked not heart, the Mets lacked the necessary baseball components to be a champion, and that's what he's trying to find.
Reggie's calling from Waterbury, Connecticut. What's up, Reggie?
Hey, Reg.
Good morning, sir. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good. Man.
First of all, I would like to say thank you very much for your grace, your etiquette, and the humor that you guys bring to this radio. You will be missed. BT, I follow you on Instagram, so I will be looking out. And I hope you guys somehow, some way will land back on this airways because I will miss hearing from you guys.
Well, I mean, there are going to, and thank you for the call,
Thanks,
Ray.
Reg.
We appreciate, Reggie, thank you so much. We appreciate that. I don't know how else to say it without I'm not trying to promote myself on.
Go ahead,
We're not dying. We're going to still have
our fastball's still coming in hard. Don't worry.
I mean, I'll be on SNY.
No matter where
today.
we are.
Yeah, I mean, right. At some point, hey, you mentioned the live show that we're going to try to do, so that's at least one avenue. There's going to be.
I got a St. John's game tomorrow.
Right, exactly. You got St. John's tomorrow. I have SNY tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Queens Baseball Convention.
Yeah.
That should be.
You did that last year, too, right?
Yeah, we usually do it once a year. They have us out there. We do a live baseball night in New York show.
Who showed up this year? Is Collins coming out?
He'll be there, but on a different panel than I. So it's just, I forget, Keith Rad, Laura Albanese, and Andy Martino, I think are going to be there. But the point is, Met fans are going to be.
Ooh.
Yeah,
man. Well, you're safe. You're not Stearns.
I'm like you said, I'm in the bee's nest here. These Met fans are going to I got to try to defend them because I believe in what they're doing to a certain extent. Anyway, we appreciate that. And if you follow along with us, you'll be able to hear us at some point and also potentially hear as well. I don't think this is going to be the last time that we're behind the mic on the van. Maybe together, sure. But,
yes.
I would feel comfortable saying we're probably not going to be done here forever.
I would agree with that. And,
you're going to be on next week. I mean,
that's true. Right. I would agree with that. No kidding. You're working on Monday. Listen, you went on with Boomer and Gio this morning. Still no text from Booms, but and I heard you brought this up proactively, and I'm happy that you said. And the only reason I insert this here is because Reggie kind of alluded to this, like the class and how we've handled this. Guys, Sal and I both made the decision a long time ago, and I just knew once I reconciled from within that I was not good enough to be a professional baseball player. I knew that if I wasn't talking sports, I would not be a fulfilled adult. I knew that. That's why I got married late. That's why I moved around the country. That's why I was piss poor broke, basically for certainly all my 20s and into my early 30s. And when you choose this route, there's volatility. There's some things that are fair and deserve, some things that are not. But I can tell you this, the road we were never going to take was to, come on the air and project animosity or take shots at people. It's not what we're about. Now, maybe 10 years ago, I don't know what I would have said, quite frankly. Maybe I would have handled it differently. I'm not so sure. But the fact that management trusted you and I to have a microphone, which is a weapon, if you choose to say the wrong thing, I think it shows a lot of respect toward us, even though this show is dissolving. They trust us.
I've been fired before. This is not being fired.
I agree.
There's a big difference. And some people can look at it that way. And you can say, whatever it is, you lose a job. Okay, fair enough. But when you're fired, you're not allowed on anymore. You're taken out of the building or whatever it may be. That is not the case. So we're very appreciative of that opportunity. And it's our job to be professionals and handle ourselves with dignity and class and show respect to the station that gave us the opportunity. And I'm very proud that you and I have been able to do that together through this. As a matter of fact, I mean, it sucks, but something like this, when you do go through it together, I think it brings us closer. We've gotten closer as a show. I told you, we went over this yesterday. Like, one of the things I learned from Carton, ironically enough, was that he says it takes a couple of years to get a show off the ground. Well, we had a couple of years, and there were maybe some peaks and valleys along the way. Started out hot, maybe had a little bit of a dip, but overall, at the end of the 2 years, I'm happy that we were able to bring it back up to a place where we felt we were doing our best work. We, unfortunately, don't have the opportunity to continue it or have the runway to go on, but I'm proud of the work that we've done, and especially the last couple of weeks under real difficult circumstances and through adversity.
I think the whatever months or almost a year, whatever the time frame would be, I am glad that the audience has gotten peak BT and Sal. Took a little bit to find the dance, the rhythm, and all the things that you're alluding to.
Let's not forget, BT. There was also different PDs, there's different management, there's different philosophies.
Dude, yeah.
So I'm not making excuses, but it's the reality
of our reality
of what we went through in just 2 years.
Yeah,
there was different direction at times. There was moving parts. There was, Craig looming. There's a lot of.
I think the biggest obstacle, and again, we have all day to kind of sprinkle in some stuff. We'll get back to the Met calls. Obviously, BT and Sal on the Fan. Last show, couldn't tell. I didn't hear no bell. Well, bell's going to ring at 2 p.m. for sure. I think that me having former like Tiki was very different than you and completely opposite on the air. And I had to learn to navigate that. And I'm a strong-minded, strong-willed person, as you know. You did most of your best work on radio by yourself.
Right.
And you had to learn how to work with somebody every day.
It's a very different
And it doesn't happen
animal.
overnight.
Right.
When it happened, proud of this show.
Right.
That's for damn sure.
And we had a lot of fun along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Well. And some blow-ups. Like, what's
of course, dude.
We got into some nasty things. I mean, that's part of it as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think on the air, I shouldn't say
maybe
never.
Once or twice, they're like, these guys are a little pissed off at each other. Hey, ask Carl Banks. No. That's been resolved too. Yeah.
Well, and
I don't think you, but Sal, I don't think that you. Let me put it this way: if you don't care about making a show great, and if you don't care about your craft, I think early on, I think early on, our level of desire to be great, I think it actually hurt us.
Correct.
That makes maybe no sense, but you and I know it makes sense. I think once we were able to step over that part of the fence and breathe and let it come naturally,
calm down a little bit.
That's where we found it.
BT and Sal on the field. Let's get back to the sports here. Come on, it can't be. I don't want it to be just about us.
I'll take a 4-hour massage. Why not?
BT and Sal on the Fan. More your calls. We come back 888-808-1019.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Sunday's loaded lineup is chock full of playoff implications. In particular, I'll be watching the Lions at the Rams, the Chargers at the Chiefs, and the Bills at the Patriots. Can Josh Superman Allen stop New England's 11-game winning streak? Cincinnati is one of my upset specials over Baltimore as a home dog. The other home dog I'm picking is Denver over Green Bay. Enjoy the games, folks, on Boomer Esiason.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
It's the Kia season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 1/2/26.
Right now, My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get 500 points for logging into their Lowe's app for the first time. Download the app and take advantage of all your pro benefits today. Valid 12/1/25 to 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login pro organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of internet past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Experience the magic of the season in true Mercedes-Benz style during the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. Find the perfect Mercedes-Benz for yourself or someone special at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Mercedes-Benz of Union, and Ray Katina of Freehold. 3 powerhouse locations in New Jersey, 1 legendary name, renowned for unmatched customer service, Ray Katina. Celebrate the season with exclusive holiday offers at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. Discover the power of 3 at benzfam.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT and Sal back on the Fan on this Friday morning. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. We've been talking Tarek Skubal and the Mets and their interest in him. According to the report last night from John Heyman, had a good article on it where the Mets, according to Heyman, are weighing whether they should go all in with a trade right now for Skubal or just wait until he hits free agency. And I think good arguments can be made either way. The argument that can't be made is like the Mets have a ton of work to do here. So depending on how they, and I think that this is the right approach, BT, depending on how they attack the Skubal idea, go all in there, try to get him, and if they do now, you can build it out. Or if they decide, you know what, we're not going to give up what it would take to get him now, we'll just wait for him. Now you got to build out the team without him in mind because there are clear connections. You can't be building a team and at the same time waiting on Skubal. That decision needs to be made before you could really move on with the rest of the roster construction.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there is a ton of work to do, as you said. I was just kind of jotting down a few things as you were running through that. I mean, right now, I would say who's the DH? Don't know. Right now, who's the left fielder? Not sure. I mean, I know the names of the mix, but certainly nobody confirmed. Who's playing center? Don't know. Alvarez, I'm sure will start a catcher, but he's been, in and out. Who's playing first base? Don't know. Who's your opening day starter? Don't know. Who's your closer? Well, it looks like Williams, and if that's the case, who's the setup man? Don't know. There's a lot of don't knows. Now, I am very curious because we know the blueprint for Stearns: speed, athleticism, some versatility, We know what he values, run prevention. How sick are you hearing that? Even though it matters, but how sick are you of hearing that from him? But now we're going to get it. All right, hey, you got rid of pieces you don't want. Now start bringing in ones that you covet. And it's one thing to want things, but now you got to go get them. Whether it's trading prospects, whether it's negotiating deals, and not having Cohen swoop in with basically $800 million to get Soto. Now we're going to see what kind of GM this guy is. Like, anybody could strip away the parts. Now you got to build things up.
And I'm excited to see what he has in store.
I get it. I get it.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019. Mary is in Orlando. What's up, Mary?
Hey, how are you guys today?
Great. What's up, Mary?
Hey, Mary.
I just wanted to say I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm originally from Manhattan, lifelong Met fan. I was actually on the field in '86 when they clinched.
Wow.
I moved to Florida with my husband 23 years ago, and I miss New York, and you guys make me feel like I'm still back at home. And I'm sorry if I sound like I'm about to cry, but I'm going to miss you guys terribly. My husband was a Yankee fan. I'm a Met fan, so it was a divided household. He passed away in August, but since then, you guys have kept me laughing and kept me loving baseball and loving sports, and I just truly am going to miss both of you because you remind me so much of back home and my husband, and I can't say how grateful I am to both of you. I know you're going to be fine, and I'll follow you wherever you end up, either one of you, separate, together, however, but I just wanted to call in and tell you how much I love you.
Well, we love you too, Mary.
Love you too, Mary. I got to tell you, thank you for that call. Wow. I mean, I don't care what you study in journalism class or how many years you've been on the radio. That's not something you're really used to responding to because that's just pure vulnerability and honesty. There's a lot of emotions, and I'll have more next week because I'm going to finish out a few shows here. Obviously, no longer doing this show with you. Emotional about that. Excited about the future, but I actually felt like my heart was beating a little bit differently when she was speaking.
I was going to get to it later, just to spread out some of the content here, like we try to do. But a part of it, what I was going to bring up is, will you cry at some point today? That one was tough right there. I don't plan on it. Like, I'm not going to get emotional about it. Yep. I know that there are times to do that. I don't want to do that in this particular case. I don't look at it. While it can be a sad thing, I'm focused on not doing that. And she brought up something about, losing her husband. Those are real life things. I lost my father, and dealing with that and what my family went through. When I think back to that makes me get upset. That's real life stuff. My wife, my poor wife, her brother, 45 years old. That was another thing that we were going through. I had to deal with that. Not like me, poor me, but there was a lot that was going on when your 45-year-old brother-in-law is dying of
with children,
with 3 young kids. So when I experienced that, and you knew a lot about what was going on off the air.
Oh yeah.
Plus my daughter, what was going on with her, some of the stuff that I haven't even said. She got diagnosed with autism.
Yep.
All this stuff was hitting us right as I'm not making excuses, but it's the old Rocky thing. Life is going to try to beat you to your knees, and it will keep you there permanently if you let it. But you got to get up and fight back and keep fighting. That's how winning is done. So that's where my mind is at, as opposed to being sad about it. It's very hard to hear those things, and it is sad and emotional, and life is trying to beat us to our knees right now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little sad all of a sudden. Jesus Christ, what are you doing to me, buddy? Oh, my good God.
Finally, it took 2 years, but I broke BT.
It's funny. I don't know. Jen asked me that, too. She's like, you going to cry a little bit today and next week? I don't know. And you know what? If I do, I do. I mean, if I start crying like a wuss, then that's unacceptable. That's not going to happen. I can promise you that.
I want to see that. Right?
But like tears of sadness, I think that's part of being a man. I think when you learn to be comfortable with that, I think that's part of the evolution of being a real person. And this is not an act. And what you just said, that's the first time you actually said that on the air about your daughter.
Yeah.
First time on the air.
That gets me upset thinking about that, because there have been challenging things that go along with that.
Yep. You're good. You're good, man. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Let me just say something. Compose yourself. I got you, bro. This guy was, Hoff, if you want to jump in a second, by all means, you can help save us here for a second. But I want to finish this thought. This guy was coming into this studio and Hoff, you can help me with the timeline. I mean, I'm talking 8-9 months. And, with his brother-in-law dying and eventually sadly did. And then what he just said about his daughter. I mean, that is, and then to go on the air every freaking, I wish I could curse right now, every freaking day with the energy and the passion of a champion. Dude, you are a freaking warrior, man. And I mean that. You are a warrior, bro.
Appreciate it. We got a job to do. We'll finish
Let's
strong
go.
here. BT and Sal on the Fan. 888-808-1019.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan. 1019 FM.
That's really what I need to see is them getting their future quarterback, where they end up at the end of the year. Darren Mucci building this roster. They don't have enough players, and I also think that, right now I evaluate the coaching staff as like a D.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now's the time to enroll in quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. All plans provide free preventive care, coverage for prescriptions, emergency services, and more. Plus, 8 in 10 get financial help. Enroll by December 31st for January 1st coverage at getcovered.nj.gov.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need dummy rinse tonight. And I need it more. My kick myself bad and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat and dead short smells like a dog park. And dummy rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The fight against lymphoma, leukemia, and myeloma calls for the experience and skill of world-renowned experts. As New Jersey's only nationally ranked cancer program by U.S. News and World Report, John Thurg Cancer Center at Hackensack and Jersey Shore University Medical Centers offer innovative treatments close to home. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, and I lead the stem cell transplantation and cellular therapy teams in Hackensack and Neptune. We're proud to be pioneers in our field and the most experienced team in the region, having performed over 8,000 stem cell transplants. We were the first accredited center in New Jersey to offer CAR T-cell therapy, a revolutionary treatment that harnesses the power of your own immune system to recognize and destroy cancer cells. This is more than advanced care. It's personalized, life-saving treatment from distinguished experts at New Jersey's best cancer program. Call 833-CANCER-MD to schedule an appointment. That's 833-CANCER-MD.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Once upon a time, Dunkin' made the perfect donut, and from its center came something even better. Dunkin' Munchkins, tiny bits of joy made from the dough they scooped right out of the middle. This holiday season, Dunkin' Munchkins remind us that even the smallest of things can mean the most, like laughing with friends or enjoying the last munchkin in the box. So grab a box of 3, 5, 25, or 50. Share them, gift them, or keep them all for yourself. We won't tell. Dunkin' Munchkins, proof that something so small can be the best bite of all. The holidays run on Dunkin'.
The all-new Giants mobile app presented by DraftKings is your home for highlights, breaking news, exclusive features, and inside access to the New York Giants. Watch Big Blue Kickoff live every weekday afternoon at 12:30, plus every press conference, locker room interview, and podcast. If you're coming to the game, check out the Pocket Game Day Hub in the Giants app for live camera angles, interactive games, mobile food ordering, and more. Download the Giants official mobile app presented by DraftKings for free at the App Store and Google Play.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good morning. Coming up at 11 o'clock, I'm Jerry Recco, brought to you by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Falcons beat the Bucks 29-28 to kick off Week 15 in the NFL. Locally, it looks like Brady Cook will get the start for the Jets Sunday against the Jaguars in Jacksonville. The Giants will take on the Commanders. NBA tonight, the Nets are in Dallas on the Fan at 8 p.m. College basketball, number 5 UConn facing Texas. NHL last night, the Islanders with a good win over the Ducks, 5-2. Bo Horvat did leave the game, though, with a lower body injury. And and the Devils got doubled up by the Lightning 8-4. This report brought to you by New York City Small Business Services and by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Current temperature brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook at the Meadowlands Racetrack. Get all your parlays, moneyline, and prop wagers made at the Meadowlands Racetrack's FanDuel Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook in North America. 21 plus to wager in Pleasant, New Jersey. Gambling problem? Dial 1-800-GAMBLER. It's 30 in Central Park. That's what's happening. I'm Jerry Recco on WFAN. Now streaming our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT Sal back on the Fan. The BT Sal Show on the Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants. We could get into them, I guess, a little bit later on, but obviously the football.
I want to end the show on a high note, buddy. Not the Giants.
The football slate. I'm just looking over the slate of games for this weekend.
Oh, that's a little bit different. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Bills Patriots is a big one that
Let's
jumps
go.
out. Chargers Chiefs. You still think the Chiefs have a chance? I mean,
Chiefs are done. I told you 3 weeks ago they're not going to the playoffs. They're done. They stink. They don't have it.
All right. Rams Lions, obviously a big one.
Yes.
Packers Broncos, big one. So there's some big games on the docket. I mean, even I guess Colts still hanging on. Is Rivers starting? Did they say that?
I don't think they officially announced that. Obviously, he had a couple of practices, and he said that his head feels like he was talking about how he can still obviously process the game and see the game, and his arm feels great, but. I mean, he's 44 years old. He hasn't been. The first time you flush from the pocket, how does that hamstring not shred, man? I love him, but hey, listen.
He
I
can't
hope
move from the pocket. He's lucky he's able to walk from the bench to the pocket.
Yeah, he couldn't move from the pocket when he was 25. But hell, when he was at NC State, the Seattle Seahawks are going to destroy. They are going to bludgeon them. Seattle. One thing about Seattle, like when they get a team that they're supposed to beat, and the Colts have lost back-to-back games, which is great for our Jets and for my Jets. They don't mess around. They put a bad team down immediately. They're 13.5-point favorites. I guarantee that the final score, and it's up in Seattle, Seattle's going to win this game 37-13. They're going to kick the crap out of them.
You've been hot. I have not looked at the lines yet. I'll do so. We'll do the perfect parlay pick segment for the final time a little bit later on as well. Are you excited to see Brady Cook as a starter for a full game?
I am. You know why? And I'm sure, here we go. Brady Cook. Here comes the Jets propaganda. Come on. No, listen. The reason why I'm excited to see Brady Cook is he's had a full week to practice. Getting reps is the one. Now, I did watch him a little bit at Missouri. I'm not saying I'm watching every series, but Armand Membu was the player that I wanted the Jets to draft a couple of years ago, and he played at Missouri. So, not that I'm sitting there like Baldy or Mel Kiper, but watching some film on Armand Membu, how can I not see the quarterback? And I liked him. And then I saw him over the summer. And I'm like, he seems to have some moxie here. So, he's probably in 2 years, he's probably gone. But, I'd like to see him with a full week of practice, a little confidence. And if the receivers held onto the ball last week, his stat line would have looked a lot better. The game moved so much faster. So some of the picks he had were atrocious. But, yeah, I'm interested in seeing him play, sure.
BT and Sal on the Fan. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Back to your calls here. Baseball, NFL, Week 15, whatever's on your mind on this final day of BT and Sal. John is on the Fan from Valley Stream. What's up, Johnny?
I knew it. I said, please don't come to me after the break because you guys are like pulling the reverse Casey Kasem on me here. You're talking something deep and meaningful, and now I got to spin the up-tempo record. Oh,
we tried to get it back on track, though.
Yeah, here we go. So listen, boys, as a three-time defending BT and Sal Call of the Day champion, I feel like my career as a Looney Tune WFAN caller is really taking a hit here today, boys. I got to tell you. I mean, you guys gave me...
Well, that's where we're concerned about, John.
You gave me the nickname. That was a very meaningful moment of my life as a pissed off Giants fan, boys. And even though the two of you, would keep my greatness on hold for over an hour and a half at a time because you've never shut up, I am going to deeply miss the two of you, I got to tell you.
Thank you, John.
That's fantastic.
We'll miss
and by the way, you were on hold for a long time because a lot of people wanted to call BT and Sal, not because we wanted to just keep you on hold, buddy. So let's get the facts straight there, John.
Listen, you're about the only show I can get through to, so let's take it easy, boys.
Well, I hear you. All right, man. So go ahead.
I love you guys.
What else you got there,
Thank you very
Johnny?
much.
That's it? All right, then. Thank you for the call there, John.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a little thank you. It could be a little schoolable. It could be a little NFL. It is all good. Now, you do see what I have. We're not going to do this right now. You do see what I made sure I brought in today.
The baseball cards, yes. Okay.
We're doing a baseball card
we haven't
game.
done that in a while.
Now.
I was thinking about this, though.
Go ahead.
A, we both might be rusty.
Yes, true.
Okay. B, I am the two-time winner in the World Series.
So I have a chance to go out as a real loser with this today. I know.
I don't want to do that.
No. I appreciate that sentiment. We're competitors. We're big boys. That's a risk I'm willing to take. I lost in Game 7 twice. It was right down to the last inning.
What risk are you taking? I'm the champ. I'm putting it on the line.
What risk am I taking? I'm taking a go losing. You think I want to finish the show losing 3 things to you?
No, I don't want to go out on that note either. My buddy Vin and I, this is what I was thinking of yesterday. We used to play Madden head-to-head right at the wire on New Year's Eve. So then, definitively, whoever won
was the champ of the year?
Yeah, exactly. Finished out the year like that. So that's kind of what this reminds me of. And then
minus the champagne and the weird hats and the crystal ball dropping. Sure.
But my point is, I already have won the 2 World Series. I can retire on the BT and Sal as the champion.
Here.
I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself in one shot.
And I'm accepting it.
No, I'm saying I don't know if I want to do that.
You're going to rescind the offer?
Maybe play Hav. Go up against Hav or Rami or something.
Okay, no, get out of here. Come on, I wouldn't even be close. Here's the thing. So this will maybe change your mind, even though we're going to do it no matter what. But this might make you feel better about this. What are my wheelhouse years? List them. Go
83, 84, 85.
Maybe then.
Okay. And then I start taking over.
Also 86 too.
Okay.
Where's my weaknesses start?
Yeah, the later years, certainly. 90s, 88.
I've got 88 packs.
Okay,
so it's already Sal laying 3.5 points, maybe 4.
All right.
So are you going to wuss out? Or
No, we'll do it.
Because here's the other thing.
I'll put my title on the line.
Well, I appreciate that. What's worse, going out like a wuss or going out as a loser? Or going out as a 3-time champion, which you very well might be.
I choose not to play. Like Seinfeld, I choose not to run. I choose not to run.
You're playing, guys. Come on, I know you do.
All right.
You're playing.
We'll have some fun with that. We'll do that later on. Peter is in Wantagh. What's up, Peter?
Pedro.
Gentlemen, first I was going to say something about you guys leaving, which is difficult. But, Sal, I want to say to you about your daughter. God has given you, and I know you know this, so it's not something. She's going to bring so much joy to your life, so many. God blesses children like that with other abilities, and just take it from me. I know it, and obviously, you'll be fine.
Thank you, Peter. Yes, we'll be fine. Yes. Thank you, though.
Yes. So, anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't want to.
No, we appreciate it.
I just want to say about all the possibilities that everybody on the station, including you guys, talking about the possibilities of trade, signing this guy. As I have no faith right now in David Stearns. He blew it last year at the trade deadline because I believe he didn't want to give up all the prospects that he had, and which nobody knows, right? Even to this point, Vientos and Beatty have not proven. Alvarez gets hurt every year. So these guys, right now, the Mets have 2 major league players on the roster. And if they're going to make trades, I feel the other teams now, the other GMs, realize the Mets need to do something, and they're going to hold them to the fire for all of these prospects. I just don't see anything happening this year to make this team. Cody Bellinger, I understand all of that. I just don't see it happening.
Well, it might not, Pete. You might be right, but listen.
If you paint it this way, BT, let's say they get Bellinger and Contreras, or an outfielder. Let's say they trade with the Twins for Buxton and Ryan, and then they add Contreras. All right, well, now all of a sudden you're piecing together a little bit of a more balanced team. You may be right in that it's not going to be as sexy as you lost Pete, now go get Kyle Tucker, but it doesn't mean you still can't build a solid team. Now, again, it's going to be on Stearns. If that team, he's going to take some chances here on less than players. Yep. If they don't come together and play well as a team, he's going to be taking a major hit. But I still think that there are many avenues to build a solid, hard-nosed baseball team that could get to the postseason even without the big sexy splash.
Well, listen, we always talk about all these rookies that come up in New York for both of these teams that flame out as position players. Maybe one of these kids is actually the real deal. I remember watching Darryl come up in 83. Jeter comes up opening day against the then Indians out in Cleveland. Home run, Phil Rizzuto on the cold, over-the-shoulder catch in left center field, going out with his back to home plate. I'm not going to sit here and tout these prospects as locks, but I'm not going to say they can't be special because they're very highly thought of for a reason. Now, is it transferable from the minors to the majors? We'll eventually see. Here's what I do think, though. I don't think, and this even includes getting Skubal, I don't think that there's, and you should be okay with this because preseason predictions don't mean anything. Because last year, the Mets were very high and they won 83 games. I don't think there's anything that the Mets could do in the next month or two that will position them to be, wow, look at this team. Because I think the Braves have more talent. They just got hurt a lot last year, and they've already added to their talent. I've always thought the Phillies were better, even though the Mets play well against the Phillies. I got that. But I do think there's a middle avenue where if the Mets do 4 or 5 moves and they're the right ones, and even if only 3 of the 5 work out, I think they'll be low 80s, mid 80s, competitive, and that's when the young kids eventually popping, that makes the future bright. You're not going to go from 83, I don't think, from 83 wins to 97, no matter what you do in the next 4 weeks. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I wouldn't say that they can't win. I mean, we saw the Blue Jays go from worst to first a year ago, and it's not like they made the sexiest, splashiest moves. So you can build a team that plays solid baseball. Hits the ball, catches the ball, runs the bases. Those guys help you win games. Maybe that's the way the Mets are trying to build this thing with some pitching. But even if they got Skubal, and that's probably the biggest thing that you could do right now in the sport, go land Tarek Skubal, the team that trades for him. Even if they did that, it's going to be, okay, well, now what? How are you building out the rest of the roster? So, yeah, there are many steps to go with this team. But I wouldn't bet that they can't be a very good, solid playoff team. And then with the ability to improve it in season as well. There are still moves to be made. And by the way, maybe they are. Hey, what if they trade Francisco Lindor? And that turns into all of a sudden.
At this point, do you want them to? I know what you've said about them maybe. Well, actually, you said that you thought that they should at some point, or at least explore. Well, are you even more in on that now?
For the record, just to go back, I was saying that I would trade Lindor. This was before he was even brought up.
This was months ago.
Yeah. I would trade Lindor, and I was saying that because for many different reasons. Okay, many different reasons. The fact that he's getting older and maybe a little bit slower at shortstop. You'd like to get out from under that contract if possible. He's still productive enough to where there's still value from another team. Also, the issues with him and Soto maybe not being the best of buds. A lot of different reasons why I said first that I would have traded Lindor. Now you're starting to hear a little bit of smoke that it might be a realistic thing. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't expect it to happen, but I am excited with the idea of doing that because if they did that, now the possibilities are endless. And I would assume if you do trade him, you're getting back something significant in return. And even if you don't get something significant pound for pound for him, you then could take all that money that you have freed up and go spend it in another spot where you could build it better and different. So, yeah, a part of me, as sick as this may sound, with the damage that's already been done to this core, just finish the job.
Yeah, listen, one more brick to rip down. I mean,
why not? And now, because if you remember correctly, it wasn't even just about trading Lindor. One thing that I said was, if it were me, I would keep Soto, and that's it. Yeah. Everything else could go.
Yeah, you did say it.
Everything else on the team would be available. If it were me, Soto stays, everything else could go. And so far, Nimmo gone, Diaz gone, Pete gone, Peterson up for trade, Senga up for trade. Like, it's almost as if, and now Lindor rumor, it's almost as if everybody but Soto is rumored as being moved on.
Are you saying you may have been right?
Well, just that I agree with his thought process. Dude, Francesa talked, this is where I learned this theory. I was behind the scenes with Mike after Dog left, and he was talking about breaking up the Mets core after the 2007 collapse.
Okay.
And he could not have been more correct. But what he was saying at the time wasn't popular. He was saying they needed to change the core and trade either Reyes or Wright. He chose David Wright, would have been the guy that he would have traded.
That's the wrong choice for me.
But
keep going.
Whatever.
No, I got you.
Whatever. Point is, core needed to be broken up. And the thought was, oh, no, it's crazy. And what happened after that? They sucked again in 2008, got even worse in 2009, and then went into the darkest years in maybe the history of the franchise outside of when they first started, so, and maybe even worse than that. So he was right. They needed to break up that core, and they never did that. And if you're paying attention to this team since 2022, maybe even before that, 2021, the core is just not. How many times have you want to?
It's not good enough. Just simple, direct, not good enough.
And now it's no longer.
Yeah, true, and rightfully so. Okay, the only thing about Lindor. Now, if there is friction, and I don't, it seems like there might be a little bit. To what degree is it irreparable? I don't know, but I don't think it's all these stories or the smoke that is kind of emitting from that Met clubhouse that a lot of people are now kind of freely saying needs to change a little bit. And you heard that 2 years ago on the show here, by the way, and it's now changing as we know. So if it's fixable, then I'm obviously not looking to just get rid of Lindor, if that's the one thing. The one thing that can happen, because the thing that we played yesterday from the show out in San Diego was Bogarts and Mason Miller.
Yeah, I don't want Bogarts.
Well, that's where I'm going. You don't trade Lindor for somebody who's worse, clearly, metrically, statistically worse, irrefutably worse. Lindor's the better player, period. You're not going to trade Lindor for a salary dump and we need help, fiscal solvency, because you're not the Marlins or the Minnesota Twins or the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're Cohen's Mets. So it's not a monetarily driven thing. It's got to be a talent thing.
Well, it wasn't just Bogarts, by the way. It was Mason Miller.
I said it was Bogarts and Mason Miller.
Okay, right.
But that's it.
Right. Well, we also don't know. Maybe there's a third team.
Okay,
I'm with you.
I'm just saying, if there's a third team, I'm going to listen a little bit more. But that, to me, would be a dumb trade because Lindor is much better than Bogarts.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019. Adam is in South Jersey. What's up, Adam?
Yo.
What's up, Adam? Oh, boys, I had to get through today.
We got
I wasn't going to. Listen, I think I speak for everybody that we're not sad for you guys. We're sad for us. We don't get to hear you banter anymore. There's been nothing better than you two going back and forth. Met Yankee fans. We've never had that dynamic before. And it's been awesome. In my mail truck, making my day go. Thank you. Now, before I get to my baseball point, real quick, your boy wrote a book. I just wanted to let you know that. I can't believe I did that, but I did write a book. So
on what?
I want to let you guys know that.
On us?
It's called No, hell no. I'm not crazy. Come on.
I don't know.
No, but I wrote a book. I wanted to know if you guys would mind if I popped it for 1 second.
Go for it.
Let you know
Go for it.
You're
man.
wasting time. You should have just did it already. Don't ask, just do. What is it?
All right, stop talking, Sal. I'll do it. It's the TikTok president. It's available on Amazon by your boy Adam Zertel. Thank you.
Okay, I respect it. All right, good.
Thank you. Now, on to baseball. I'm a Yankee fan. You guys know that. And with I got a lot of Met fan friends. They're really upset about, Alonso, everything else. I got to tell you, in a way, I'm envious because I know BT's going to agree with this. With the exception of Judge and maybe Cole, we've been wanting the Yankees to reset. We've been wanting them to change the core of the team because it just hasn't worked. Stanton, this one, it's like they keep recycling the same old thing. And as a Yankee fan, I'm starting to feel like the kid standing outside the candy store looking through the window, watching everything go on, while the Yankees sit there doing nothing. And I don't understand what's going on. So, Met fans, I'm going to tell you, be patient with Cohen. He's doing what we want done, and you guys are getting that wish. Thank you for everything, guys. You're the best.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Adam. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Thank you, Adam. You've been a phenomenal caller. Phenomenal. It's not apples to apples because the Yankees roster has been better than the Mets, but a lot of the things for most of these years. But what he just said, there's an element of truth there for sure. There's frustration from my angle. I do think that they finally got away a little bit, and that didn't work, but with the additional emphasis on defense and some versatility. But until you get rid of Stanton and some of these other contracts, whatever, there's going to be log jams, and it's going to be a very imperfect roster. I also think that from an ownership, well, maybe not. Let me ask you, rather than try to just theorize and stumble through, let me just flat out ask you, do you think it's easier for the Mets to rebuild than it is, and I mean a full rebuild, than it is for the Yankees to rebuild?
It's a great question because the Yankees were supposed to rebuild after the 2016 season, and then they go to Game 7 of the ALCS right away in 2017. So I would say that, yes, it's probably easier for the Mets to rebuild. You're talking about from a fan base perspective.
Total fan base. Not owner,
But don't a lot of Yankee fans, aren't we at the point where we want to see changes made? And you should. Both teams should be able to rebuild while also fielding a highly competitive team. So, but yes, to answer your question and just get to it, I do think it should be a little bit easier for the Met fans to tolerate. Although I guess the argument could be made, BT, the Met fan is so frustrated because they haven't had any kind of success that they want to see the winning now. Enough with the rebuild. How many years you got to rebuild? But yeah, my gut tells me probably easier for the Met fan to digest it than the Yankee fan.
I agree, but think about this now. Just juxtapose the off seasons and the recent moves here. Like, let's say that, I don't know, Steve Phillip. Let's say Steve was still the GM of the Mets.
Yeah.
Just say, right? Like Cashman's been here that long for the Yankees. Now, obviously, for Steve to still be here, he would have had to win a championship. But and imagine if the Yankees are going through now what the Mets are going through now. I promise you, with a fairly new GM and an radical overhaul of the roster, I promise you that whomever came in and replaced Cashman, these things would be like Stanton would be dealt, or this contract would be swallowed, or it would not be, well, let me just stand by, because while the Yankees are further ahead than the Yankees aren't a championship team either. So I think that it's good to do this. I think it's okay to do this. And I think, and I've always thought this, as long as you're transparent with the fans about a rebuild, don't lie to us, man. Don't say we're going to rebuild and then, half-ass it. Rebuild or go all in or have a smart plan. And I think the Mets are doing the right thing.
Correct. Me too. But there are different variations of a rebuild. What the Astros did many years ago, God. Tanking and rebuilding that way, that's not... The Mets or Yankees would never do that.
I'm not even saying to that. There's no need to do that.
The Mets are rebuilding on the fly with the expectation that they're still going to be a playoff team. Cohen said that the other day. So we're not making something up like, you better make the playoffs. They're expecting to build a playoff team, which, by the way, shouldn't be that hard. I mean, the Cincinnati Reds with no payroll made the postseason a year ago. So making the playoffs should not be the barometer anymore. However, it can be a starting point for an organization that has never in its existence since 1962, never had sustained success. So the starting point should be playoffs, and then the playoffs the following year. And then as you're going through that, putting in the fine-tuned pieces to go win a World Series.
Yeah, and think about, forget about the 60s and late 60s and obviously 73 when they didn't win, but they got really far. But think about the first great Mets team that we all watched. I mean, it was accented with, we finally get Gary Carter. And I say we, I'm talking about from the Mets point of view. You get Keith in 83. Wow. The hell, they get Mets stink. Why are they getting Keith Hernandez, former MVP from 79? They can do with this guy. Well, that was a culture shift, not to mention a terrific player. Then you go out there, you eventually get Gary Carter. But a lot of the pieces, whether it was Darrah, whether it was Doc, whether it was Rick Aguilera, whether it was Ronnie Darling pitching down a Tidewater, whether it was, Kevin Mitchell coming up or Dykstra, Mookie was still there. And then obviously Wright and Reyes. So I'm pulling this all together because the Mets, when they're generally at their apex, whatever the Mets' apex is, it's usually because their farm system popped. That's usually the case. And if you look at the team now...
I think a lot of teams, though, are like that.
True, but I think it's even more for the Mets because the Yankees brought in Clemens, the Yankees brought in Wells, the Yankees brought in Tino.
But it was always their core four.
I know, no doubt. But Broch just won the MVP against the Padres in the World Series. You brought in so many other... David Justice came in. There was Nobby came in. It's not quite the same, I don't think, as the Mets.
But if you take out the Yankees, I think, and maybe the Dodgers now, most teams have their success by drafting, developing well. That's generally
correct
where it comes from.
Well, I say yes, agreed. And if you look at the most recent iteration of the Mets, which have now been blown to smithereens, really, too many of these guys were brought in, like Lindor, you traded for him, and the Scherzers and the other older Bassett, and there were Diaz. You're bringing these guys. You got to build in with the prospects, and that's what they're doing.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Warrior calls when we come back, 888-808-1019.
It's Friday Night Hoops with the Nets and Mavericks, 8:30 tonight.
Claxton with a rebound, taking it coast to coast, and a slam on the left hand.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is the Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Odyssey apps.
Since January of 2022, the City of New York has awarded $24 billion in contracts to MWBEs, the most of any U.S. city or state in the nation. Build your business with the City of New York by going to nyc.gov/MWBEs.
New Jersey's got a lot of winter wow. Wows to knock your ski socks off. Wows to warm your soul. And wows to blow your mind. Find your wow at visitnj.org. New Jersey, little state, lot of wow.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on The Fan.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Boomer here. If you love cooking as much as I do, you got to listen up. The Chef IQ Mini Oven is your all-in-one kitchen hero. It bakes, broils, air fries, dehydrates, slow cooks, toasts, and more. It's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, a color touchscreen, a soft closed door. It even syncs with the Chef IQ app, and pair it with the IQ Sense thermometer for perfect USDA-safe temps every single time you cook. So why not grab yours right now at chefiq.com. Use my name, code word BOOMER, to save 30% at checkout.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. Accident victims, I understand how an accident can turn your world upside down. You're in pain. You need medical care. You can't work. You're struggling to pay your bills, and you don't have a clue what your rights are. So what do? Call the first law firm that pops up on the internet? Look for the best website? Or say, hey, find me a lawyer. The options are endless, but the answers are simple. Ask around, read reviews, and go with your gut. Great law firms build great reputations. I built D'Agostino & Associates one client at a time by doing the right thing for accident victims just like you. Our clients know my team cares, and we're going to fight to get you every dollar you deserve. So call me today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, bite back.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Hey, shh.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
All right, BT and Sal back on The Fan. Giants tickets. Who wants to go and check out the G-Men? It's a Football Friday on The Fan. Call their number 10 right now at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326. A chance to score a pair of tickets. See the Giants take on Washington coming up this Sunday, December 14th at MetLife. Now, we also got you covered before the game as we had a pair of passes to a great pregame tailgate party with Savvy Seats. That'll be at American Dream Bar. American Dreams Dream Bar. There you go. Win right now. Get in. 866-540-WFAN. 866-540-9326. Make sure you guys listen again at 2 in that hour with Evan and Tiki on The Fan to win. So, here we go, Sal. 11:27. BT and Sal on The Fan. Last BT and Sal show of the day. I got one more swing at taking him down with the baseball card World Series game. He is.
When do you want to do that?
Well, I was going to ask you, when are we going to do it? I think it's got to be probably.
Hoff's got to help us out here.
Hour, maybe?
Hoff, what do we have lined up here? We have Costos at 12:40, right?
Yeah, do you want to do like 12:20 or 1:20 is a picks? We can't do that.
No, okay.
No, not at 1:20 for sure.
So let's do 12:20, the baseball card game. Okay,
I pop that in there. Pop that in there.
So almost a little under an hour from now, we'll play our final baseball. We've been a while.
It has been.
Have we even done it? Yeah, maybe we've done a couple since the last World Series, which was last February, I think.
Remember when I lost the first one and I threw my pad and I broke my iPad? It's still broken.
You broke your little
look at this guy. It's missing 6 buttons. And I still have to, be extra, really perfect as I hit the button for it to register. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Even though the second World Series, Baseball Card World Series, went 7, it was not as drama-filled as the first one. The first one was an intense back-and-forth, grueling series, Game 7. Yeah. I think we even we had to do an extra
I think we went back-to-back. Wait, didn't I jump out 2-zip? I jumped out 2-zip, I think, in both.
Yeah, because usually you'll pick the earlier years. And you win those years, and then as we get toward the later years,
they start to fizzle out. Because that's listen, I'm 5-6 years older than you, and then when you were still doing cards, I'm like, oh, there's girls?
Right. I think you own
other stuff going
own 84 and 85.
And 83. Well, anything before 84.
I don't know if we really did much of 83. That's why I left that one out.
Now that I don't think we ever did 83.
You might have done one with Booney. Oh, no, actually, he might have picked 84 when he was. Anyway, you're better with like 85 and before.
Yeah.
86, we kind of crossed paths.
I think I'm still really good in 86.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But 87 is where I start to hand that baton to you.
So 86,
88, I'm cooked.
86 is the one. I think between 86 and 87, those are the years that it could go either way. Usually I'll win the later rounds. Usually you'll win the earlier ones. And that's how we always end up with.
Yes, because you start getting to those like 88s. I don't know exactly if this matches what I think in my mind. But like, all right, hey, this week in baseball, all I can see is like, Dave Parker as a Pirate, and really for me more as a Cincinnati Red. But then we do a year. Oh, geez, that's right. He was on the A's for a minute or two. Or Chili Davis, I think of with. I'm just throwing out random names, like certain teams that you associate to your wheelhouse childhood. Watching This Week in Baseball, watching the Yankees, watching the Mets, knowing every player in the league. Basically, waking up. I used to love waking up on a Sunday, and I would beat my dad to it. I would go and get the Daily News to me now is utterly useless. It's not even worth buying or looking at. But back then, I would walk out on the stoop and I would get it. And because it's all pre-digital stuff, they would actually have every single Sunday, every player in baseball, from Rod Carew hitting 347 to some scrub on the Yanks or the Mets, some like back usually on the Mets at that point, hitting like 179. And even with the Yankees, I would be like, oh, there's Alvaro Espinosa. All right, sitting 209. Like I would just look for the Yankee. Oh, there's Butch Weinecker. Oh, there's Matt Noakes. Whatever the names might be. So, but then you get to a point and the names blur a little bit because they start jumping around the league. And that's where you usually take me down.
BT and Sal on the Fans. We'll do that coming up 1220, 888-808-1019. Let's get back to some of the calls here. G-Stack calling from Monmouth County. What's up, G-Stack?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Second time, long time. I wish I'd called a little more now that the show's over and whatnot. But I called earlier in football season and said Dable had lost the locker room. He needed to be fired, and he was. Mary called a little while ago from Florida, right? And she said she was there in 86. I was in diapers in 86. And my fear as a Met fan is I'm going to be back in diapers, if I'm lucky, the next time that happens.
That's funny. There you go.
That is a great line.
But on a serious note, like you guys, you're just touching on the personal stuff with Sal and stuff. Like I want to sit down with my dad and see a World Series victory before he dies. I got tons of friends like that. I got friends who've lost their fathers. Like we're at the age, I'm 39, Sal, you're 4 or 5 years older than me. Mm-hmm. We're at the age now where every time you put social media on, you look at something, someone else's parent has died. Stearns doesn't seem to understand or care about the emotional connection to the sport.
He's not supposed to.
Real fans do.
He's not supposed to.
Look, I get that, but here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without that, you don't have a business. He wants to run it like a business, that's fine. It is a business. But I'm telling you, if you don't care about the fans, you don't care about the emotional connection of it, you're not going to have a successful business.
G-Stack, hold on, G, let me answer this. I get it. I feel you. I don't totally agree, but trust me, I feel you. Your dad's still alive. You want to get that vision and that celebrate. How old are you? I want to make a point here. How old are you?
I'll be 40 in February.
All right, a little bit younger than that. I was going to say, what's the first Mets team you really, truly remember watching?
Oh, God. I mean...
give me a rough year.
I mean, what year?
Yeah, a rough year.
Johnson days, Dave Magadan.
Okay. All right, so I got you. Like, to me, okay, do you have a real connection? And thanks for the call, G. Do you have a real connection to Dave Magadan? I'm going to answer it for you. The answer is no. Do you have a connection to, if you're old enough, Keith and Gary and Darryl and Doc and all that, and Jesse and McDowell and Mookie and all that? Yeah, you do, because they won. So I get it. When you talk about that connection to players, sure, we all had connections. Like there's younger Knick fans than me who have a real intense connection to Carmelo. I don't. Pat was my guy. Pat was Sal's guy. There are certain Knick fans who have an intense connection to Marbury, who won nothing here. But so we understand that connection and that correlation. Yes, it is a business, but you don't run a business based on emotion. Not that you don't calculate decisions on some level based on emotion, but you can't let them drive the decision.
Yeah, what I don't understand is how fans can, and it's not all fans, it's just some fans, why fans would rather have that connection with players instead of building a winning team. And I guess the argument will be, well, we want Pete back because we love him and we believe he can help us be a winning team. My counter would be maybe, and I thought of that too. But what I do know definitively, and nobody can dispute this because it's fact, the Mets have not been good enough. End of story, period, fact, exclamation point, however you want to punctuate it. The Mets have simply not been good enough for years. So what do? Do you say, well, we haven't been good enough, but Pete's been good, but Nimmo's been okay, but Diaz has been great, and then try to add on top of that? Or do you say, this just isn't working the way that it is, let's strip it down as whichever way we can and build it back up? The biggest issue, I think, right now, well, it's two issues. One, that there was a deep connection, especially with Pete Alonso from Met fans.
Nice post from his wife, too. Yes, that was pretty cool.
I know Nimmo and Diaz, too. It's a little bit different with Pete.
Yep.
So that, and the other, and this is the biggest issue, they just don't trust David Stearns. They didn't trust David Stearns when he was winning, let alone after last year. The idea, they don't trust even Cohen to. Met fans are delusional to a level where they don't trust Steve Cohen to spend money, while Steve Cohen spends more money than everybody else.
That shifted. See, that's where it shifted. I thought Cohen, just based on the way he, waltzed in the anti-Will Ponds, and obviously a little rocky early on. A couple of the GMs, he had to kind of find his footing, whatever. A couple of managers got rid of Buck after a really good year. We know what happened here, but I think that Cohen, the energy that he's feeling now, which is as negative as it's been, not quite like Stearns, but, it's not everybody's 100% believing that Cohen is going to try to do the right thing, which I do at this point. I know you do as well. But there are people now saying, and this came up on the show the other day, he just did all this. It was a front for Metropolitan Park. I mean, if you really believe that, I'm not going to rant and rave and try to change your mind. We'll ultimately get the answer. If Metropolitan Park, when it's up and it's fully erected and the casinos are humming and you're getting steaks and playing roulette, if the Mets payroll is slashed in half, well, guess what? Steve Cohen bench you over. That's not going to happen.
Right. Of course that's not going to happen. Mark is calling from Manhattan. What's up, Mark?
Hey, guys. How are you? Just checking in. Want to say, great show. I've been listening to the Fan since it started. And on the sports programming side, outside of Mike and the Mad Dog, you two are the best pair I've heard. So good luck with it, whatever turns out. You guys have a great future in front of you. On the Yankees, all they need to do, if they re-sign Bellinger, is upgrade third base and shortstop, and they'll be fine. Their team is still solid, but they got to re-sign Bellinger.
Yeah, I mean, they do need Bellinger back, and thank you for the call, Mark. I'm curious to see how far they'll go for Bellinger. I think the Yankees have interest in Bellinger, and Bellinger has interest in coming back, which is why I think ultimately it's going to happen. But let's just say a team like the Mets extends to 7 years or 8 years, whatever ridiculous number it would be that the Yankees...
He's not worth 8 years. It's insane.
Okay,
I don't think he's worth 7. I like him.
Maybe me neither, but... I mean, you said the same thing about Pete, and yet one team gave it to him. Maybe it's the Dodgers. Who knows? I'm just saying that the Yankees have their line at, 6 years for Bellinger?
I would think it's 6, or if the money's not preposterously, maybe a 7th.
Okay.
Maybe. There's no way they're going 8.
So the determining factor, much like with Soto is going to be, but again, it's a different player with maybe a different mindset, is the extra year going to be enough to have Bellinger leave? Because the Yankees aren't going to go to the extra year to keep him, but will Bellinger instead stay with the Yankees for a year less and, $25 million less, whatever.
Like a little hometown.
Well, I'm just saying, I think that's the only thing TBD. We know the Yankees want him, and we know Bellinger wants to be back. So the question is, well, what are the other offers and how far will the Yankees go? And I feel like the Yankees are going to draw their line in the sand.
Yep.
And then it's going to be a matter of if there's a team that's willing to leapfrog them for even a year, will that be enough? I'm not so sure it will. With Soto, I knew it would be enough. Mm-hmm. With Bellinger, I'm not so sure that's going to be enough to get him to leave. That's going to be the deciding factor.
With Soto, now they came up short ultimately. The Yankees kept going and going and going and going and going and going into uncomfortable terrain for them, right? I'd say, in terms of really putting a legit offer on the Yankees were inside the 5-yard line. Like, they didn't, stall out at the 19. They didn't just get into the red zone. Like, they were moving toward the end zone, and then the Mets said, no, we're going to spike it, and we're scoring the touchdown. And then the Yankees were like, all right, that's it. Yankees aren't going that far for Bellinger. They're not going to run, I don't mean $800 million, clearly, but they're not going to run the race to retain his services like they did for Soto. They're going to tap out a lot sooner if it starts to get a little irresponsible. And I do think the Soto contract is irresponsible, as I've said many times, right? But they're not going to go to that length to keep Bellinger. And that worries me a little bit. I got to tell you, there's a lot of things about the Yankees, whether they trade Jazz, what's Volpe look like after the surgery, how does Cole come back, how's Rodon come back, how about the bullpen besides Bednar, who's playing first base, what about the kids, Dominguez, Jones, this, that. I could rifle off a million things that I'm interested, excited about, worried about the Yankees. The one thing, and I don't care what he says, the one thing that has labeled this, to me, a failure so far is the stupid qualifying offer for Grisham. This messed up everything that I think that everything they wanted to do. This is not a Hal thing. This is not a Boone thing. This is a Cashman thing who messed this up and misread it. He didn't think that he was going to sign. I didn't think he was going to sign, but I'm not the general manager for the Yankees. So if I make that mistake, no harm, no foul. When he makes that mistake, it impacts everything. Well, now you might have less money for Bellinger. Well, if you don't get Bellinger, you might have less money for Tucker. That is the one thing that happened a month ago that everybody's kind of forgetting about that is impacting now.
BT and Sal on the Fan. More your calls when we come back. 888-808-1019.
That
was good. I like that.
I mean it. You know.
I know. You were on top of that one.
Dude, I mean, when that happened, I was like, what? That really changes how the Yankees can set their season up, their off season. All right. Back into normal person mode for a moment. You get that a lot on that show. On this show, a lot of fluctuations. Operating engineers. Are we doing the ELEC? Yes, we are, right? Operating engineers love ELEC. Local 825, the men and women who make our region move, whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium. They build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure that we all rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, and it's ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. World Cup fans are furious after FIFA rolled out ticket costs that have skyrocketed, in some cases up to 5 times higher than Qatar in 2022. Supporter groups have called it extortion, a blatant betrayal of the fans who bring the tournament to life. And once again, FIFA proves that when it comes to putting supporters first, it just can't be trusted. I'm Maggie Gray.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Sunny, high 37 with a chance of snow this weekend.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely. Even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo. It's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/Boomer to grab your reward before the clock expires. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer. Now, we all love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Think Verizon's best 5G network is expensive? Well, think again. This season, bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store for a better deal. Then use those unwanted bills to wrap up goodbye gifts to AT&T or cut them into snowflakes and celebrate your switch from T-Mobile. 'Tis the season to save at Verizon. Just bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT Sal back on the Fan on this Friday morning. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. I was just telling you off the air. So yesterday we had Will DeMeo in, our buddy from Gravesend and all that stuff. We had a great time.
BK in the house.
Yeah, people like that spot. It was just fun chopping it up. You two volleying back and forth with Brooklyn. So that went very well. So then after the show, I've been in touch with Will, obviously, and we were trying to exchange contacts. So I was like, all right, I'll put you guys on a group text.
Yeah.
And I sent it, and you never responded.
I never got it.
But I'm looking at it right now.
To something I didn't get.
Dude, look at this. I have, because that's what I'm trying to check. Here we go.
I mean, I believe you. Oh, he must think I'm an ass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I thought so too. I'm like, what is BT doing? I'm trying to set him up.
Hey, Will, thanks again for coming in. Great spot. Appreciate you. I put your new BK buddy BT on here, and then we'll roll back. Yeah, of course I would have responded to this.
So you didn't get it? That's what you're saying?
I didn't get it.
All right, so what's the issue here?
I don't know.
And then it makes me think,
digital,
especially now, it makes me think, are my texts not going through? They better be going through. Text and calls and messages. We need to make sure that we're on board.
Especially now, some important ones that got to get read and received. Sal, how quick am I on the text?
Usually pretty good. Usually. Come on, man. You got to be honest. There have been some times where...
Well, I mean, listen, sometimes I just don't feel like risk. So that's
all right, but that's part of the deal.
Well, but I'm also not I'd also...
You just said you were quick on the text. I had to call on how it is.
All right. I appreciate the check, but maybe I should refine it and say I am quick on the text when it's a text that I'm interested in.
Well, okay.
I'm not just going to give you smiley face, although we actually do a lot, like with the thumbs up or the exclamation points emoji. If it's something about the show or something that's really important, I get back in a minute.
So now my question is, do I follow
Hop, on the other hand, is a turtle or a tortoise.
Yeah, he just
in terms of responding.
He just flat out ignored some of our texts.
Sometimes, he
but
did.
To be fair, he's traveling with the Giants or he's coming off the overnight schedule. So to be fair, we can understand that. And probably just doesn't want to deal with us after the long week, which now he doesn't have to. Should I now respond in this group text again? But then I feel I don't want to run the risk of upsetting Will.
I'm going to. But then again, I don't have it, so I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Are you sure?
I will say.
I don't know if I believe you because you've been getting a lot of texts.
I'm lying?
Well, maybe you just didn't see it.
I'm going to leave the door open for that possibility because I mean.
So before I do anything, I want you to check your.
I will. You don't want to seem desperate here. Of course, I'll take care of it. But the amount of texts that have been, and I know you're getting hit up the way I'm getting hit up.
Yes.
The amount of texts that have been coming in, it has been insane. But now, I'm pretty good at this. But I may have missed it. But I would put money on the fact that I didn't.
Why don't you check right now? Come on, let's do it.
I'm in the middle of posting something.
Oh,
No. You know what? No. It's all right. I'll do it for you. Hopefully that saved it. Good, it did save it.
You with the posting stuff. You've been saying you're posting something for the last half hour.
I mean, somebody's got to sell the BT and Sal live show in New Jersey with Aaron Boone coming up on stage. Come on.
I'll post it already.
I mean, we got to sell tickets.
I get it.
So, I'm doing two jobs at once here, buddy. So, all right, let me see. Now, All right, so what's the quickest way to do this so we can just move on? Text in your name, which I did.
All right, scroll through your text. Or
okay. Sal Licata and Big Zoo, Sal and Hop, Sal and Chris Olivero. That was not good stuff.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding. Sal and Jerry Recco, Sal and Dove, Sal and
That's
Morash.
how many texts we have?
Sal and Hurley.
You don't delete
Sal
these?
and Dave Myernick. No, I told you I never delete texts.
Ooh.
I don't.
As a matter of fact, I deleted it so soon I had to
Sal
go
and Evan
back.
Roberts, Sal and Aaron Boone, Sal and Jackie from Cadillac. I mean, I got a million Sals and I don't have Sal and DeMeo.
All right, I'll follow up. I'll just give you his number.
That's on you. That ain't me.
See, the fact that you have all those still available
Look at
to
this.
me.
And there's 30 more just don't want to board the audience.
That's insane to me.
Sal and Rami.
I don't even have
Brooklyn Sal from SNY. Remember Brooklyn Sal?
Yeah, of course.
Love Brooklyn
Years
Sal.
ago,
Great
I worked
guy.
with him at SNY.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even have the one with yesterday that I sent the text with Will. I already deleted that. No more BT and Will text. It's gone.
Well, I mean, I am, as we know, I'm a little more sentimental than you. So, I hold on to certain things, also points of reference. I don't know. Listen, it's not like it's affecting the space on my iPhone. Now, it's one thing. This is also an issue. Do you save voicemails, Sal? That's a question. Do you save voicemails?
Only important ones.
All right, I've got voicemails from my children.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like those.
Of course. From my mom. I know you got a bunch from your mom as well.
Yeah.
And I've got a bunch from my dad and a couple from Jen as well that I saved. Now, the problem is people try to call me. They're like, dude, your voicemail is full. But I can't delete these because they're so meaningful to me.
You're a mess with that stuff.
I am a mess.
By the way, my mom did text this morning, says, tell BT I wish him the best, and she's wearing the BT and Sal hoodie. So there you go.
She's wearing the hoodie.
She's gonna.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah, look, she's listener for 4 straight hours.
Yeah.
And I'm a little worried about her. My dad passed away. She's by herself, so she's listening for 4 hours. I'm a little, as you get older, now you don't have that.
Yeah.
So if she dies,
but don't do it.
It's on Chris Olivero. Just know that.
You know what? I'll co-sign that one. Yeah. All right,
I'm blaming you, Chris. If my mom dies now,
we've been on tongue for 2 weeks or a week and a half here on the Fan. We got to get a shot in.
No, I'm just kidding. BT and Sal on the Fan. Charlie's in Bethpage. What's up, Charlie?
What's up, Chuck?
Sal, what is wrong with you, man?
A lot, obviously.
Fucking that head of yours. Oh my God, there's something wrong with you.
What's up,
guys,
Charlie?
Listen, I gotta say, you know what? You guys are like Diaz and Alonso with the Mets. I just don't like what's going on, and I'm sorry. The great things are gonna happen to you too. You're great at what you do, and I can only thank you for the best 4 hours of my day was listening to you guys and going back and forth to the Mets and Yankees. BT, I still don't know how you're a Yankee fan from Brooklyn. I went to Lady Help of Christians. You went to Good Shepherd.
That's right.
Everybody's a Met fan.
Not me.
And you got to be the only Yankee fan from Marine Park.
Well, I mean, listen, kind of true. A lot of my friends really were Met fans, and listen, I love you. You've got a really distinct voice, so we're going to always remember you. But let me at least address this real quick. It's all about when you're born. Now, the one thing you could accuse me of being a lot of things, some hot takes, loud, whatever. Don't ever accuse me of being a front runner, because when I was a Yankee fan, it wasn't necessarily cool. I did not see 77 and 78. I did see 86, and it was shoved down my throat every day. Yankee fan. I held it. I wore it. So come on, Charlie.
Oh, hey, listen, I'm not saying you're a front runner. I'm just saying your dad's a Met fan too.
Dodger fan. Who turned it? Yeah. I got you. All right, fair enough. I got you.
You know what I'm thinking about with Charlie? So, Charlie, you're a referee, right? And an official?
Yes, I am.
Where are we going with this? This should be what you tell at the time I got ejected. Go ahead and say what it's all good.
I don't
good.
need to say anything. I'm just saying, maybe you two, there's some little... he's an ump or an official. You're...
Oh, God.
I would have never thrown BT out of a game, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Miscarriage of justice. That umpire did me dirty. I didn't do anything wrong.
Thank you
Taking
for the
that
call.
one to the grave.
Charlie, you're the man. We appreciate the loyalty and your support, and you taking the time to call.
He is
right
great.
there.
He's. Listen,
you ever meet him in person? You did, yes.
Yeah, I met Charlie. All these calls, I mean, God, they're amazing. There's certain voices that definitely stand out a little bit more. Charlie's voice is very distinct. Very distinct. And by the way, there's a lot of others that are very distinct
100%.
too.
And he calls all the time, generally
Always.
first on the board. So, and we've had the chance I met him at the Boomer and Gio Live at the Paramount in Huntington, not last year, the year before, I guess it was. So I met
Is that
Charlie
when
then.
they put, was Joe Douglas there? Because I know they've had a couple.
No, not that one.
Was that when I think they did something to Schwartz, where they dumped over
Yeah,
Schwartz's
that
head?
was, yeah.
Tomato sauce, but that, Come on, man.
That was one I remember changing. Spike was getting changed into his Wendy's costume. He dressed as the girl from, I guess, Wendy.
With the pigtails?
Yeah,
the
exactly.
red pigtails?
So I was helping him
That's what
change.
he got dressed up as that?
Yeah, dude. And
I'm
I'm helping him in the bathroom, get it and change. I'm like, what? This
He's certainly skinny enough
I know you're the boss, but what are we doing here? Boomer was down in a bottle of whatever.
Casamigos, I think. I heard Boomer was rocked.
That was a fun night, but I met Charlie then. Yeah,
okay.
I think we had that was our first fall together because that was the winter.
Okay.
And I remember wearing the BT and Sal hoodie. I think it was.
Did you really wear the hoodie?
I think I did.
That's nice. Marash was there, wasn't he? What's he like, Baby New Year?
Marash was there and he got yelled at by Spike because Spike thought he was drinking on the job. Meanwhile, first of all, Boomer was feeding him stuff. Oh, no. Boomer was feeding everybody drinks. So Marash was having a drink. And then I think Spike thought Marash was going to light a cigar, but it was only a prop for his bet because he was dressed as a baby.
Yeah. Baby New Year, I think it was.
Something along those lines where he was getting yelled at by Spike. He's like, I'm not even doing anything. It's a prop. It's part of the bit. That was
He does
Marash.
get a high-pitched voice, yep.
BT and Sal on the fan.
Sean.
You want to break here or call? Okay, let's get one more call. And Pete is calling from Seaford. What's up, Pete?
Hey, Pete.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good.
Listen, best of wishes to both of you with whatever comes next. I'm gonna miss calling in. I didn't always agree with you guys, but you guys always gave me a lot of rope on the air, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You got it.
On the Mets, if Steve Cohen is gonna spend the next 5 years like monogramming his face onto poker chips and picking out the carpet in the high rollers room, just let me know now. I don't need to pull my kid out of school on a Tuesday in May to go to a game. I probably went to more games last year than I probably did in the last 3 years prior put together. And for them to not even sit down with Alonso and pitch him on the vision, hey, man, you could be the most beloved Met since David Wright, hit your 500th home run in a Met uniform. Oh, by the way, you'll have a guy that's on base 40% of the time batting in front of you for the rest of your career. All this stuff, the fact that that's not even worth a conversation, to me, is just a total disconnect from reality. It's a real disservice to the fan base who sold out this building time and time again last season to watch an all-time choke job. And by the way, and you guys talked about this months ago, not only are we going into this season with what seems to be a giant plan B, Mendoza's on the hot seat, right? We talked about
100%. Hold on, Pete. I think certainly if the Mets brought back, most of the pieces from a year ago, and thanks for the call there, Pete. Really, thank you very much. And they're like, I'm just throwing 11-19 or 12-17 or 22-35, and it just looked ugly. There's no doubt in my mind he would get fired during the middle of the season. If they enter with a very different roster where some young kids are with Jed Williams, Benj, they're getting some run, maybe a little Vientos, McNeil combo at first base, who knows, a couple of young pitchers, then I think that actually changes it, where I think Mendoza, provided the young players are playing with passion and show some aptitude, then I think even if they lose, I think he's fine.
Yeah, I feel like the bottom line comes down to winning. Ultimately, it's hard to justify.
Even with our stripped down roster?
I think this team has to win. I don't think there's going to be patience for a full rebuild. Benj playing is fine, but it better be next to a stud in the outfield. You just signed Soto. There's no point to sign Soto if you're not going for it now. They will build a team. It may not be the sexiest team in the offseason, but they will build a team that will be a playoff caliber team. And as long as they win and are a team that people could be like, you know what? Kind of like they were the Indians in Major League, where it's like, this team, they're bleepy, and this team thinks...
the opening day when they're lined in the field, the two groundskeepers.
And all of a sudden, now obviously it's not the exact same thing, but all of a sudden you start to like some of these guys, and maybe they're not so bad. Mm-hmm. And maybe that, going into the season, is going to have that type of feel like, this is ridiculous, lost all guys. All of a sudden they start to win, start to play some good baseball, and you're like, maybe this can be a fun team to get behind, and maybe Stearns does know what he's doing.
Listen, that's possible. All I'm saying is, because he brought it up pertaining to Mendoza, like if the Mets had everybody back and maybe made another, they would have had, even if they had everybody back, they have to get arms either way. So let's say that Pete was here and Nimmo was here and the guy and Diaz was here, and they got a starter or two, a really good one, even if it's not Skubal, Peralta, you get Michael King, whatever, and they're struggling. He is absolutely fired early next year. All I'm saying is, if the Mets go into the season and the sports books have them at, 79.5 wins, and that's possible if they don't have significant upgrades and they rely on some of the young kids, which Stearns could, and then they fire him after a lackluster start. I don't think that that's fair. That's all I'm saying.
BT and Sal on the Fan. Much more of your calls when we come back. 888-808-1019.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan. 1019 FM.
And talking to anybody who's ever played at a high level, including you, one of the biggest indicators of getting your ass whipped is those rushing yards.
That's exactly right.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Experience the magic of the season during the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. Enjoy exclusive holiday offers at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Mercedes-Benz of Union, and Ray Katina of Freehold. 3 powerhouse locations, 1 legendary name, Ray Katina. Discover the power of 3 at benzfam.com.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya Kuselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Quality is very important here at the North Pole. You see, I check my list once, twice. All done.
Well, Santa, quality's important to us at Nissan, too. We actually test every model thousands of times. There's the frame twist test, shaker test, corrosion test, drive load test, tug-of-war test, towing test, off-roading test, practical strength test, splash test, corrugated road test, chassis dynamics test, water intrusion test, extreme heat test, extreme cold test, rough road test, jump test, curb impact test. And physical parts tests.
Save on J.D. Power's #1 mainstream brand in new vehicle quality at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, 2025 Murano or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 1/5/26.
Tune into the BT and Sal Show weekdays from 10 to 2 on the Fan. Presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac is the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 12:02. I'm Crystal Presley. The Sports Flash is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Also sponsored by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is Long Island's premier orthopedic practice. From simple sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they are the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Visit TotalOrthoExpress.com today. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn leading into the return of Phillip Rivers to the NFL this week when he opened his press conference a short time ago.
I think it's a huge announcement that you guys should hear. At 53 years old, I'll be making a comeback. And I'll be getting ready to play in a couple of weeks against Diggs and against Shakir in Buffalo. So
Glenn having some fun with that. In all seriousness, his team light on healthy quarterbacks heading into Sunday at Jacksonville. Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields both officially ruled out, so undrafted rookie Brady Cook will be making his first career start, backed up by Adrian Martinez, will be elevated from the practice squad. Glenn said he has, quote, all the confidence in the world in Cook, reiterating he believes he can be a player player in this league. Other injury notes, rookies Mason Taylor and A.Z. Thomas both ruled out for Sunday as well. Meantime, the Jets have reportedly signed starting center Josh Myers to a 2-year, $11 million extension that'll tie him to the team through the 2027 season. NBA tonight, the Nets visit the Mavericks in Dallas. Brooklyn will be trying to make it 4 wins in 5 games. You got coverage on the Fan and the free Odyssey app beginning at 8:20. Fan weather sponsored by the FanDuel Sportsbook at the Meadowlands Racetrack. Get all your parlays, money line, and prop wagers made on all the sports action at the Meadowlands Racetrack's FanDuel Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook in North America. 21 plus to wager and present in New Jersey. Gambling problem, dial 1-800-GAMBLER. 34 degrees, sunny skies right now in Central Park. And with sports flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lopresti.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Town Fair Tire reminds you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll have some fun with a little power up later on. We got the baseball card pack. We'll open that, go head-to-head for the final time. We'll do that in about 15 minutes or so from now. Nick Costos also this hour get you set for Week 15 in the NFL. Perfect Parlay Pick segment coming up at 1:20. So plenty to do here, BT, on our final show together.
Yes, there is. Yes, a little different slant here to the power up. It's going to be our. I just want to clarify. It's going to be our top moments, BT and Sal. Your
favorite moments
of the show, of you and I together.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I got a long list to draw from. We'll keep getting the calls. We'll have a little fun. Take you up until 2. Later on, we'll tell you about the special event that we have. We'll tell you about that again that we have with Aaron Boone coming up in a couple of weeks in January. So, let's finice strong. Let's do it.
Let's get back to the phones, 888-808-1019. Alex is calling from Lynbrook. What's up, Alex?
Oh, hi, guys. Let me just say this before I start crying. I want to thank you guys for being my 2 best friends on the radio. You really did help me get through my days.
Thank you, Alex.
Well, thank you. And we felt it too, man. Thank you, Al.
Yeah, my question is, I'm really interested about the 3 rookie pitchers they put up last year.
Yep, Tom
So it was up to you. What would you do with them? Would you have them to start lineup or in the bullpen?
Yeah.
Or send them back to the minors?
This one's very easy for me. First of all, I want to see how they look in spring training. Nobody outside of McLean is assured a starting spot. All right, I start with that. McLean's different. He's the real deal. Tong absolutely needs more seasoning. I think he needs more emotional seasoning, as we saw him break down, which I didn't mock him for that, but he's not really ready yet. And
he was too young.
Thrust into a very unfair situation, and thank you for the call there, Alex. So to me, McLean is absolutely in the rotation no matter what. I think Tong is in the minors no matter what, and Sproat, depending upon what they do addition-wise the next month or so, he's got a puncher's chance to be at the back end of the rotation, but I don't think he should be, because if he is, that means I don't think they did enough now.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1019. Carrie is in Sayreville, New Jersey. What's up, Carrie?
Carrie!
Hey, guys. I want to thank you for being a part of my day every single day, whether it's 5 minutes when I get in my car or hours and I'll listen to your whole show. But you guys made me, and I love the fact that you let this crazy girl come on the air and just vent about the Knicks all the time. So I want to thank you for that. And also, I got to shoot my shot one last time and just make sure you guys know you're always welcome to come to a Knick game with me whenever you want. Just say the word. And
look at her.
BT and Sal, you guys can come to the game anytime you want.
That's awesome.
We love that, Carrie.
You guys are such a big part of my day, and I'll follow you wherever you guys go, wherever your next adventure begins. But I'll be there at your show at Count Basie. It's right around the corner from me.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
I'm so excited.
Care, real quick, Care.
Hold
on, Care. By the way, you feeling good about our Knicks? Come on.
Yes and no. I mean, we need a little more defense, but we'll see. I don't want to win this cup. This cup means absolutely nothing to me. I want to come home and not be in Vegas and just get these guys healthy and get things on track. But, I mean, skeptical because I'm a Knicks fan, and you understand that. You're a Jets fan, so you get it. I'm not getting too high, and I'm not getting too low.
Yeah.
Just even keel. But pick a game. BT, it would be an honor to have you come sit with me for any game. Tommy knows. He's come with me before. I'm a little crazy. I'm a little wild, and I yell a lot.
Well, we like crazy and wild. Crazy and wild's good. Nothing wrong with without crazy and wild. I mean, life's boring. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you, Carrie. We appreciate your
I love you
support.
guys.
Love you too.
Yes.
Been a supporter for a long time.
Thank you very much.
And just for the record, she was chasing me down way before Loogie started jumping in because I said no. Loogie jumped in.
And then I saw her and Loogie after one of the playoff games.
Oh, I remember that. Didn't you guys shoot a video?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We ended up meeting up somehow after the game, and then Kerry was the one who I think filmed it for Loogie and I. Was that last year already?
Yeah,
Jeez.
I think it was last year.
Anyway, so Kerry, very nice to offer, and we appreciate your support, listening to the show, and obviously calling the show as well. I was seeing a report yesterday with the Knicks, Big Nick Energy, who we're
Oh, I
friends
know.
with.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I follow him.
They're in touch with a lot of stuff, and there was a report saying, and I'll read it word for word, Pelicans and Knicks are in negotiations involving Jose Alvarado. If an agreement is reached, a deal is expected to be finalized shortly after the NBA trade window opens on December 15th. I mean, who knows if it's going to be a significant difference maker, but maybe that adding Alvarado and what he's been able to do with the Pelicans, bring him here. Right, he's from here. Isn't he from here, Alvarado? I thought he was born in New York.
Yeah, he's small, man. I remember watching him in college. As a matter of fact, I think I did one of his games against St. John's. I think I saw him in person somewhere along the way.
Fiery guy.
A lot of respect.
Yeah.
Plays the game. Like the way he's listed at 6 feet, I don't think there's any way
He's from
6
Brooklyn.
feet. Yeah, he is. And Georgia Tech, and I think he played at another school as well. Maybe Miami. I think it was Miami and Georgia Tech. And he is a scrapper, man. I'm all for it. I'd have to look at his contract. I don't think it's incredibly exorbitant, but he would fit the culture. He's a pit bull, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't have made the NBA.
BT and Sal on the Fan, 888-808-1009, the number to call. Oh, look who it is, Frank the chef from Rails. How are you, Frank?
What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, man?
We're getting ready for another terrific Giants performance on Sunday, huh, Frank?
I'm wondering, trying to figure out if I sit on the couch and waste 3 hours watching the game, or it's going to be like a JV game.
At least you got your quarterback, Jackson Dart, and a head coach or an interim head coach who likes to curse.
Yeah, but I'm calling in today because it's a sad day in New York radio sports talk. I'm really sad to see you guys go. I'm glad that we've become friendly, and not too happy about it. You guys are true gentlemen. Really love listening to you every day. I'm not going to miss you because I know I'm going to see you guys, and you're definitely destined for bigger, better things. You're two true professionals. So I really did appreciate listening to you guys for the last 2 years.
Well, Frank, thank you very much for the kind words. We appreciate that very much. And yes, we'll be seeing you soon at Rails. Hopefully we get to set something up there, BT.
I haven't been there. You go there more than me.
I haven't been. I picked up dessert for Thanksgiving was the last time. I haven't sat in there in a while.
Okay, so
Frank is always a nice guy. He listens to the station all the time. Huge
massive
Giants fan.
Massive FAN fan.
Yankees fan. His girlfriend's a Mets fan. They watch SNY as well. So yeah, great people.
I've met him even before we went to dinner with Hoff and Castillo a year ago. That was great.
Yes, right. That's right.
That was phenomenal. But I met him before that, where I was at a 40th birthday party for a good friend of ours in town. And you had already gone to Rails and met him. And yeah, as soon as I met him, like this guy's energy. He's like real sports fan, real dude. And he was a big supporter of the show. Just a great guy. So, Frank, we'll definitely be seeing you. No question about it, man.
Yeah, and I'm sure no matter where I am, he's going to be hitting me up with the text about the Giants. Oh, God. The Giants, please. I just can't wait till they get this thing turned around. We can't take it anymore. Shane is still here. Kafka doesn't know what he's doing. They seem to be a mess. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's complaining. End the season. Restart it up. Hire a new general manager, new head coach. We'll see what happens. With ownership, obviously, we wish the best for Mr. Mara and his health and the battle that he's going through.
Amen.
But we need to see a successful Giants team, please.
That's one of the regrets of the show. We never had any real flicker from the football teams, man. Even when I was here with Tiki, these football teams are just, good God, they'll drive you nuts. Now, the one thing about the Giants, unlike the Jets, and I'm more bullish on them moving forward because I think Jackson Dart's phenomenal. I close my eyes. I know everybody thinks he's interesting, and some think he's as good as I do. You are maybe a half a step short of where I am, but if he stays healthy, it's a big if. Give it a style. I close my eyes and I just see Jackson Dart rolling out, making throws on the road at MetLife in January, wild card games, divisional games. And if the Giants could ever get their act together organizationally, maybe beyond that. So while it's been a rough run with the Giants for Frank and for us on the air, they got the quarterback. Jackson Dart's the man. I love him.
WFAN NFL football powered by Verizon. Get your local Verizon store today. Speaking of the Giants, Brett is on Long Island. Brett?
Sal, it didn't start so good. You banned me from your overnight show. Then you told me I can't listen to your show. But then you came to your senses. You let me back on. You realized Daniel Jones was the real deal and that the Falcons sucked. So we made up. But in all seriousness, man, I just want to say, I wish the best to both of you guys. It's all in good fun at the end of the day. And, Sal, you can buy me a Surfside because I know you make a ton of money.
Surfside's on me next time we hang out, Brett. Next time I see you at one of these events. And thank you for your calls all through the years on the overnight. People think, I don't know if you know this, BT, but Brett and I used to really get into it. And then I guess he would get into it with McMonagle more recently as well. But
so he's a bit of an antagonizer.
Yeah,
Brett.
but I like that.
Yeah.
And people are like, do you like Brett? No, I love that he brought that energy and that passion. So those debates, while it may have seemed contentious, that to me is what sports talk debates are all about. I want his passion, and I want to vehemently disagree with him. To me, it would be boring. It's just like, yeah, you know what, Brett, I agree. Thanks for the call.
Oh, God.
You can with some people, but with him, he was such a Giants homer and such a Daniel Jones believer that we always had some fiery debates at 4:30 in the morning. So
shut up!
Yeah.
I'm the pro. Shut up.
Oh, God. Right.
Listen, this is...
I quit.
Yes, I've heard. I remember hearing the morning show play. I'm like,
I quit. Yeah, there you go. Well,
I remember hearing this, and when we were trying to figure out, who I was going to work with when Tiki was leaving. Now, again, you and I knew each other a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing these drops and these guys playing the stuff, the audio from some of the night calls on the morning show. I'm like, oh, boy. I mean,
this guy's a lunatic.
Between me and between this, it's going to be interesting. And it worked out great. It worked out great. We'd still be here. But I'm kind of messed around. It worked out phenomenally. But hold on a second. I got to go back to something that Brett just said. Because only you could try to drop this edict. And unless he either misspoke or you are crazier than I thought. So he just said Sal banned me from calling.
Probably.
Okay. No, that's fine. He also said you banned him from listening.
Yeah, in one of my rants.
How do you enforce that?
Because in one of my, you don't. In one of my rants, I probably said, you're banned from calling, and I don't even want you to listen. You're banned from one of those deals.
Okay. I figured it was something kind of rooted in, tongue in cheek a little bit, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no. Shut your mouth, you idiot. Get lost. I'm not dealing with this one. I'm not dealing with it.
Oh,
Frank is calling from White Plains. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Sal, I'm one of the guys, too, that I call you all the time at the night when you used to be. And, I hope you guys know that against hunting, but I used to go early in the morning hunting and driving, and I will call you all the time, What
are you hunting?
What
kind of game are we hunting here?
I was hunting for deer. I'm sorry, but, that's my sport, but now...
I could have had one last night with my car.
Oh,
yeah.
You almost had one?
I could have had one if I wanted to, but I laid off and saw it.
Way to show restraint, Sal, and not kill something. Good job, buddy.
It's better than Frank.
Whoa, that's true. Hey, Frank, hold on, Frank. Do you use a gun or do you use an arrow?
No, I use a gun.
Okay, just curious. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
I want to say that I so appreciate about both of you guys, and I hope somewhere we go again and listen to you on the radio station, because all day that you are, part of that you are on the radio, you really make my day every single day. I have a great time to listen to you, to talk to you, and you're the greatest guys, okay?
Well, thank you, Frank. We appreciate that very much.
And I want to say something about David Stern. David Stern to go and break up the team like this. He broke the team when he signed Montos and all these pitchers. How many games Montos pitched last year?
That was a horrible signing. Horrible.
$37 million. He's the one who caused these problems with the pitching and everything. Only guy he could resign or get him out of the mess is himself, because he really, Pete Alonso and Brandon. Pete Alonso is a great Met. Is the original Met. Much as that, you remember, Sal, how bad I was with Wilpons calling you every single night. And what happened is, Wilpons, they never let David Wright right. They squeeze it somehow. They give him contract. They keep him to original Mets. And they let Pete Alonso for nothing. Even Steve Cohen. You should listen to him.
Frank, you gotta trust the guys that are in or that are in charge. And thank you for your calls and for your listenership over the years. We appreciate your passion and your loyalty. So thank you for that. But you gotta trust the guys that are in charge to be able to make these decisions. I understand it's hard, but they won 83 games. It wasn't good enough. And odds are, and we said this at the time too, BT, right after the year. Odds are, all four of those guys that produced high levels, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, Lindor, they will not do that again. The odds are saying that there's no way all four of them together would have produced those numbers. And even if they did, it still wasn't good enough. So
it wasn't.
I'm sorry. I think this is the right way to go.
I do too. We've hit this. We've flushed through it enough. I'm with you. Now I want to see what's next and all the other things that we've said. But Frank brought up, the David Wright angle. I mean, Frank, I got news for you. It's a very simple answer. David Wright's just better than Pete Alonso, period. He's a better baseball player. There wasn't a deficiency in David Wright's game. Now, I'm talking about outside of the back injury. He could run, he could throw, he could catch. His power, phenomenal leader.
Captain,
gritty.
exactly. You took the word.
You know how much I love David Wright. To me, that's just a ball. David Wright came from the baseball laboratory, the baseball factory. Pete came, and it's not a diss, this is just to differentiate between the two. Pete came from the baseball power factory. And I would say this much, like if you had prime David Wright and prime Alonso, and Pete's still in his prime, and you had every talent evaluator, and they were at a baseball camp, and every evaluator had the chance to sign one or the other, I believe, honestly, that everyone would sign David Wright.
BT and Sal on the Fan. You ready? Little baseball cards.
I got them here. I am ready to pull some packs. I'm hopefully ready to win.
I don't know if I have it in me today to take you down.
Well, I'll tell you.
I hate to go out a loser, but...
Well, I mean, we're going out no matter what. We're not going out on top, that's for sure. That's a show. Hey, listen, I can't lose to you here. I can't go out a loser with this.
And I want to say one thing. No matter who, and I've said this to you, I don't know if I said this on the air or off the air. No matter who we would have been paired with if we weren't put together or whatever it may be, and this was my idea with the baseball cards to bring that on, there is nobody that would have been a better partner to do this game with. It would have never have worked with anybody else. As great as everybody else is on the station or in other areas that I work with, there's only one person that would have made this card game work, and that is you. So me and you doing this together, I think that's what made it fun.
Amen. I got a couple things I'll say for the end of the show about you, but yes, I will take that compliment, and I will say same about you. If I give you said, hey, pick some guy at the station to do it, you'd be my guy. Because you really would. There's no doubt. I mean, it's been fun. Now you're going to get your ass kicked.
Now it's on. BT and Sal on the Fan.
888-808-1019. All right, hey, who's hot in football? Brought to you by Petro Home Services. Puka Nakua is hot. 7 catches for $167. I think he turned on his Instagram Live and he pissed off all his teammates. What is it with these guys? As good as you remember when Antonio Brown did that in the Steelers locker room? What are you doing? Just play football. 2 touchdowns in a win over Arizona. If you want to save on heating costs, go with Petro. Switch now and get $125 free heating oil with reliable delivery, any weather, and live 24/7 service. Count on your local HVAC pros at Petro. Stay warm, save this winter. Go to petro.com. Get $125 free heating oil or call 888-PETRO-02 today. Use propane. Ask about our special offers. Propane not available in all areas.
Dart takes the snap. Big Blue is back after a bye, taking on the Commanders at MetLife. 1 o'clock Sunday.
Into the end zone for a touchdown.
The home of the New York Giants is The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Warm up your winter at DreamWorks Water Park inside American Dream. Over 40 rides, record-breaking slides, and the all-new Gabby's Dollhouse splash pad for the littlest swimmers. Just minutes from Manhattan. Tickets start at $59. Book now at AmericanDream.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Now's the time to score quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. Every plan includes free preventive care prescriptions, emergency services, and more. And 8 in 10 people get financial help. Visit getcovered.nj.gov.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on The Fan.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
For over a century, families across Long Island have trusted H.L. Gross Jewelers to make their holidays unforgettable. This season, discover the area's most impressive collection of fine diamonds, tennis bracelets, diamond studs, classic necklaces, and beautifully designed jewelry for every style. And explore their expanded gallery of certified new and pre-owned Swiss luxury timepieces. Visit H.L. Gross in Garden City. Open 7 days a week through Christmas. Or shop online at hlgross.com. H.L. Gross Jewelers, where holiday traditions shine.
Once upon a time, Dunkin' made the perfect donut, and from its center came something even better. Dunkin' Munchkins, tiny bites of joy made from the dough they scooped right out of the middle. This holiday season, Dunkin' Munchkins remind us that even the smallest of things can mean the most, like laughing with friends or enjoying the last munchkin in the box. So grab a box of 3, 5, 25, or 50. Share them, gift them, or just keep them all to yourself. We won't tell. It's Dunkin' Munchkins, proof that something so small can be the best bite of all. The holidays run on Dunkin'.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT and Sal back on the Fan, 888-808-1019. We'll get back to your calls here in just a little bit. We have Costos coming up in a little bit as well. Week 15 in the NFL, perfect parlay pick segment, all that stuff. Time is dwindling for the BT and Sal show on the Fan. An hour and a half to go. Let's do it, BT. Here we go. The final. We started as pull your card or game time without Boomer Esiason.
That's how it started.
Yeah. It was game time without Boomer Esiason, and then it was pull your card. Either way, we will select a pack of cards here, which is, I think, 1988 score you have there.
It is 88. It is score. The quick backstory here is Sal had all these in the office, right? And then he's like, all right, show's over. I don't really need these cards. So we put them on the community area, and everybody took them within minutes. Thank God I took 7 packs, because if I didn't, and I was going to, like I said, in case Santa forgot to put them in the Christmas stock and whatever.
Help Santa out a little bit.
Help Santa out a little bit. I know he's really busy this time of year. At least now we get to do this. We've got 7, so you pick whatever pack you want.
I'm nervous and excited.
I
don't know if you set these up on purpose. One sticking out more than the other. I don't know if you did that on purpose.
They're all sealed, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, so you got that one.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I've got my own here. I don't even know how many cards are in the score. Do you know?
No.
The score 88s? Because it feels like a pretty thick package here.
Let me get my glasses on.
That's a horrendous drop right there. Oh, God, I walked right into that.
What, you like the tight package?
No, no, stop. Optos with his picture the other day.
No, stop, because, all right, let me count the cards first. 1, 2,
dude.
3,
Wait,
4.
No,
here we go already. Well, it's an easy pack. I know, I've heard it before.
When I divulge the first 3, if you don't beat me, honestly, I don't even think you should finish the show.
All right, how many do you have?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Remember, take out
8,
the stars
9,
or like the rookie.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 17.
8,
we'll do it
9,
fast.
10,
There's no
11,
rules on the last show.
12,
Who cares? Whatever.
13, 14.
17.
I have 15. You don't have any like rookie sluggers?
I don't.
Like this card does not count.
Let me see.
I'll show you like that.
Yeah, no, I don't have any. Make sure. No.
Right, so
they're all pretty
eliminate,
standard conventional ones.
And this one I had eliminate 2.
I don't have that. Okay. So I'm going to eliminate
so we
these
can get
2.
to 15.
Let me just tell you the first 3. Well, I can only tell you the first 2 that I got. Wade Boggs and Andre Dawson.
Yeah, I would have got. Well, Dawson could be tricky. I would have guessed 88.
What? Yeah.
It doesn't matter now because it's not official.
I know it's not official.
Cubs.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, just making sure. Well, I mean, the Expo's right around there.
Right, now, would you like to go? You are the champ here.
So just to explain the rules again, we each open a pack. I'll read the name of the player. BT has to guess the team that he's on, and vice versa, obviously.
Yep, and again, I have 15 here.
And I have 15 as well.
You are the champion. We have had back-to-back epic 7-game series. Would you like me to? You want to first or last list?
I'm going to read to you first.
All right.
I'm going to read to you first.
How would you categorize the level of difficulty? A quick look at the pack.
Some well-known name. I think it's a good balance. Some well-known names, some difficult ones.
All right, 15. Let's go.
Mike Witt.
Mike Witt, I'm going to say at this point, was still on the Angels.
1 for 1.
Let's go. God, it's so important.
Yeah, why have we done this more often?
I don't know. I get nervous. Like, it's crazy. Like, I love a little bloop base hit. Hey, we'll get that going. Right. 1 for 1.
Oh, you're right. Now I got to go strategy. I should have buried some.
Listen, that's your fault.
Fred Manrique.
Oh, I remember Freddie Manrique. I don't think I'm going to get this right. I'm going to say the Indians. I'm going to be wrong.
White Sox.
1 for 2.
Gerald Perry.
Gerald Perry was a lefty hitting little first base, a little outfield. Was he? Now, the only question is, was he still with the Braves? I know he was back in the day. I'm going to say that he was a Brave at this point.
Number 2. That's correct. He was a Brave.
2 for 3.
I'm trying to think if I want to throw you off here.
There's the psychology to this,
because
man.
Sometimes I feed you the false confidence. You're like, yeah, look at me, I nailed 6 in a row, and then all of a sudden it's like 1
off the cliff.
Yeah. Terry Francona.
Ooh, Terry Francona. I'm going to say the Expos.
Reds.
Damn it.
He had left the Expos in 85.
You see?
Went to the minor leagues, was with the Reds 87, and on this card in 88.
Now, that's one that could determine whether or not I win or lose. Because that's one I know. I missed. All right, 2 for 4.
Man, I'm nervous.
I am too a little bit.
I'm not even going, and I'm nervous.
2 for 4.
Feed you here. Wally Backman. 88, remember. 88.
Yeah, Wally's still on the Mets. Wally's still on the Mets at this point. He's on the Mets.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Wally Backman is.
He's not on the Pirates or Bound. He's on the Mets.
Well, the Twins. I mean, they traded
the Twins. I get it.
Frank Williams.
I remember Frank Williams, the jobber, that the first Piper's Pit guest ever.
Knicks point guard.
Remember him?
Frank. I don't remember.
Well, Frank Williams from Illinois. You don't remember Frank Williams?
No.
Really? Piper's like a Frank Williams from Columbus, Ohio.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
Well, do you remember the baseball player?
No.
Okay.
So I'll just take his. I'm going to go to my theory.
Yeah.
Going to go out west, and I'm going to say that he was on the Padres at this point.
Reds.
Ooh.
Okay, so
3 for 6.
3 for 6.
Okay.
Mike Gallego.
Mike Gallego was absolutely on the ace at this point.
Yes.
4 for 7.
Mike Dunne or Dunn? D-U-N-N-E.
I believe Mike Dunn was a pitcher for the Pirates.
Correct.
Let's go. That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
I don't know how to say his name. I think I would have gotten that one as well.
It's definitely done.
Bob.
Oh, quick aside.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to get too cocky here.
Here we go.
No. That's why I say if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm right, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that Mike Dunn, because I had this on VHS, this is how much I love Dwight Gooden. I think Mike Dunn pitched against Dwight Gooden his first start when he came out of Smithers Drug Rehab. I know it was absolutely against the Pirates, and I feel like I wrote on the VHS little jacket that Mike Dunn was the opposing pitcher. Either way, 5 for 8. Let's go.
Bob Sebra. S-E-B-R-A.
Seattle?
Montreal.
No idea.
Jesse Orozco.
Hold on, 5 for 9. Jesse is still with the Mets at this point.
Yes.
6 for 10.
Jeff Dedman.
Jeff Dedman. Reds.
Braves.
6 for 11. A lot of tough ones in here.
Darryl Akerfelds.
Ooh, I have no idea. Padres.
No. Indians.
I mean, some of these are tough, dude.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Joe McGrain.
Pitcher.
Yes.
For the Reds.
Cardinals. That one's going to hurt you.
That's going to hurt.
Now, wait a second. Oh, did I move
6
this
for 13.
Ozzie Virgil.
I mean, I think that he was on the... Hold on.
You remember the player.
Of course,
Okay.
catcher.
Yeah.
Right? Play a little catcher?
Yes.
The first team that comes to my mind is Pittsburgh, but I don't... But I also... Phillies.
Braves. Phillies was the right guess because the Phillies, he was with the Phillies 81 through 85.
I really don't.
So I can understand your guess there, but as opposed to the Pirates. But the Braves were the team.
Yeah, it was in the neighborhood. Made
Last
the wrong
one.
turn, though. Yeah.
Gettable, but tough.
Go.
Jeff Reardon. 88.
All right, Jeff Reardon, early Mets. Jeff Reardon, obviously Expos. Jeff Reardon this year? I mean, I pretty much have to get this to have a chance to win here. I'm almost positive he was still on the Expos, and I'm going to stop overthinking it. And if I'm wrong, I promise I'm not going to lose my cool, but it's gonna hurt me to my core if I get the last one ever wrong on this show. I'm going to say the Expos.
Twins?
All right. I got to take it like a man. Yeah.
Dude, you nailed it. Mets, Expos, and I was like, oh, is he going to get this girl right there? Those are the ones that drive you nuts.
6 for 15.
No, that's not right. Is it? Only 6? 3, 4, 5? All right. Now, I will say I'm not feeling great, and these are tough. Score is tough. Because for me, you do it just based off of memory from playing. Yeah. I do it based off of memory of the cards, the visuals. Yeah. And score is not as familiar with tops. You're disappointed with the 6.
Right now, dude. You
trying
ready?
to make you feel better, buddy. Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm ready.
I say this, and I mean it sincerely. Good luck. Finish strong. I didn't finish strong.
I'm hoping to finish strong.
Finish strong. Let's go. Stan Javier. You're going to get this.
Oakland A's.
1 for 1. Gino Petroli.
I'm familiar with the name.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten the team. I know the name.
For some reason, there's 2 teams coming to my mind. Tigers, Angels. I'll go with the first one, Angels.
No, Rangers. All right, Sal, one in the other column there. Gerald Young. I had Gerald Perry.
Astros.
Oh, good call. Look at how he's rocking the stirrups.
Yeah, that's
those high stirrups there. That's a good job there, buddy. All right. How about Greg Booker? You're not getting this one.
Never heard of him. Total guess.
Yep.
Twins.
Padres. 2 for 4. I was 2 for 4 at this point as well. Charlie Moore. Charlie Moore. No, that's Charlie Ward.
Charlie Moore.
Charlie Moore.
Angels?
Toronto.
Don't recall him. You remember him?
I don't. I would not have gotten that one right. No, I'd be lying if I said I would have. 2 for 5 there. I was 3 for 5, so I am ahead of the pace at this point. Tommy Hinzu.
Oh, come on,
Never
man.
heard of this guy in my life.
Twins.
Indians. 2 for 6.
Okay. Now we're going to get some...
that marinate for a little bit.
Yeah, I know. You're trying to say.
Let me mix up the cards. Lee Tunnel.
Come on, man.
I'm just giving you what's in front of me, man.
Lee Tunnel?
Yeah. This could be the big one here.
I've never heard Tigers.
Cardinals.
No, never heard of them.
Sally Scufflin.
What are we at?
Might want to put that hand up, get a little timeout for the ump.
What are we at?
Give me time. Give me a
I
second.
need a 20.
You're 2 for 7.
All right, 2 for... So I get 8 left. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to go 500 the rest of the way and I win.
Rick Leach. Imagine if we tied. What do we do if we... we'll worry about it. Imagine if we tied.
We do another pack. What's the difference?
Come on.
Rich Leach?
Rick.
Rick
Not
Leach.
Rich. I remember Terry Leach from the Mets. Didn't he throw sidearm back in the day? He did.
Rick Leach. I'm going to go American League. I'll go Red Sox.
Toronto. So at this point, you were 2 for 8, and at that point, I was... All right. So I'm a little bit ahead of the pace here. Ted Power.
Cincinnati.
Good call.
Okay.
Wasn't there a jobber, Power, right?
Jim Powers. Yeah.
Yes.
Also wore red, so yes.
All right, 3, 4, 9. Rick Dempsey. I know you know the name.
Yeah, there's only two teams I'm thinking of here.
It's a big one.
Okay, I'm going to walk you through the process.
Let's hear it.
I'm pretty sure that in my mind's eye, on the earlier year tops, he was an Oriole.
Okay.
I would say, let's say 86 tops. But I'm also pretty sure I recall him in 88 as a Dodger.
Okay, so
I'm going to say Dodgers.
No. The Indians.
I don't remember that.
Me neither.
What year was he a Dodger?
Can you make this freaking print any smaller? My God. Not at this point yet.
Was he an Oriole?
Oh, yeah. I remember him as an Oriole all the time against the Yankees, yeah.
Could he have been on the 88 Dodgers? I think he was.
Obviously
the card is different.
You just missed it by, that happens sometimes, yeah.
Unless I'm getting him mixed up with somebody in my head. Rick Dempsey. Let me pull that up real quick. He was on the 88 Dodgers.
Oh, look at you.
So that was 87. So Dempsey, Orioles, all those years was right. He played with Cleveland in 87, and then in 88, which is the year of this card, he was on the Dodgers.
Yeah, correct.
So I have no recollection of him on Cleveland. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, pal. You got to start.
What do we at? I have 3 now?
You've 3.
And how many cards
left? 10. 3 for 10.
So
You've got
5
left.
So I've got to go at least 3 for 5 to tie.
Correct. 4 to win.
Okay.
Here we go. Freddie Manrique.
Yeah, we just did it. White Sox.
Jeez. You talk about...
That's a luck of the draw. White Sox.
Come on.
I would have known that one. Just to make you feel better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel great. Ozzie Virgil.
We just had that one, but I knew this anyway. The Atlanta Braves.
This is
the Braves. Hey, this is the luck of the draw.
And
it's a good thing. It's a good thing that for me.
This is
Braves. So I'm now what? I'm 5.
Yeah, 5 for 12.
So I need to go 1 for 3 to tie, 2 out of 3 to win. Wasn't looking good, but we've responded.
Dave Valley. You know it?
Do you want me to know it? I think I know
I don't. I want to win, but I also,
Seattle Mariners.
He's got it. This is real. This is a freaking joke, dude. This is not right, man. Who the hell did Hoff orchestrate this sabotage?
You had the card, get him in your house. What else? Let's finish strong here.
Jamie Moyer for the win.
Cubs.
Got it. 7.
Lose.
I can't believe that this is the way it goes down.
Last one. There's one more or no?
Then you're going to hit this out of the park. Wally Joyner.
The Angels.
Yep.
All right.
Closer! Take all those cards. I ain't cleaning it up. Hey, give me some.
That was fun, man.
Honestly.
And I mean it.
Yeah, no question.
Nobody else, I don't think could do that. They could do shows or whatever. They wouldn't have as much fun. Some people don't like the segment.
I was going to say it real fast. There were some people that were like, oh, God, come on, how horrible is that? Listen to these guys drone on and on about the cards. You know what? For those of you who didn't like it, we don't care. For those of you who absolutely loved it, and we know that there are many of you loved it because in a lot of ways it's the essence of how we all first fell in love with sports.
Booney loved it.
And Booty got his teeth kicked there when he came into play us.
Right, Booty's the one guy who got beat by both of us.
Good, yeah. You back to back champ. You got to rip down the A-Rod banner and maybe put up a Sal Licata baseball card game banner. Well done.
I don't think that's happening.
The crown, man.
Right.
You take the crown.
BT and Sal on the fan. We'll come back. Nick Costos get you set for Week 15 in the NFL.
What do I got here? Do I have
Cadillac.
something? I've got to compose myself here.
Yeah.
Really.
You set it up, though, for that. You feed me the hard ones first, and it makes it seem like you're going to win.
Well, I saved Joyner for the end, and I knew you'd get that. I thought you'd have a chance with Jamie Moyer, but, the Ozzie, the 2 repeats,
I know,
come on.
That's cheap, you're right.
What am I
Thank you.
Doing a little Cadillac? Oh, God, what a little flustered here. Cadillac. All right, Sal. This winter, celebrate the joy of the season in a new all-electric I can't believe I lost that way. SUV from Cadillac. Make every drive exciting with the innovative technology and the optic. Arrive confidently with the beautiful, sophisticated stylings of a Lyric, Sal.
And you could discover the comfort of the spacious 3-row Vistic, BT. Experience EV luxury like never before at the season's best sales event. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer. The BT and Sal Show, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants.
This is Maggie Gray with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Joe Burrow just sent up a flare in Cincinnati, admitting he isn't having fun playing football and his latest injury has forced him to rethink everything. He says joy has to be a priority now, a pointed message from a franchise quarterback stuck in a losing season. And when your star publicly questions his own enjoyment of the game, the head coach can't be sleeping easy. Burrow's tone makes it clear something in Cincinnati needs to change. I'm Maggie Gray.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-922-1284. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284. 800-922-1284.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hey, bro. Weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
FanDuel Fridays turning it up with an NBA happy hour for you every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. FanDuel's dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boost, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/BT to jump in and get your reward before the clock expires. That's FanDuel.com/BT. We love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid right away. FanDuel's the official sports book of WFAN. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. And for help with a gambling problem, please call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of Internet Past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet. That's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video, chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT Sal back on the Fan. 888-808-1019. The number to call. On the line right now is Nick Costos, host of You Better You Bet and Odyssey Sports Betting Insider. Insider calls presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Check the latest lines on the BetMGM app. Catch You Better You Bet weekdays 3 to 7 p.m. Eastern, and You Better You Bet countdown to kickoff Sundays 11 to 1 Eastern, leading you up to kickoff on the BetMGM network on the Odyssey app. And of course, you can catch them on the Fan every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 9. My favorite show on the Fan. So definitely now. We welcome in Nick Costos. Week 15, Nick. What are we looking at for Week 15? Bills-Pats is the biggest game on the board there. You want to start there?
Sure. I love you guys, and great to be on with you. We could start with I find this interesting, right? Because, and BT, I think you ask me a lot about like the like the grand scheme of the NFL, right, and who the best teams are.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting, right, for everyone to consider things in these terms, that the two best teams in the AFC right now, at least in terms of one-loss records, right, New England and Denver, are both home underdogs this weekend. So the Patriots are a home dog to the Bills, and the Broncos are a home underdog to the Green Bay Packers.
You think they have that right?
Yeah. Now, look, it doesn't... Like the Broncos can win, the Patriots can win. I don't necessarily have beef with the point spread. I think if you wanted to make the case for one to be favored, it would be New England. Like Buffalo's a 1-point road favorite. There's no difference in between Buffalo 1 and New England 1. I guess you could push, but the game is probably not going to end in a tie. So I think that's pretty close to New England being the favorite. I do think Green Bay should be favored against Denver. Just on the Bills-Patriots game, I think New England is slightly more likely to win. Slightly. I don't think I'll bet that. My bet that I do like in that game, though, is the over. I think that there is a strong avenue for the Bills to score points in this game. New England's run defense has really petered off from where it was earlier in the year, specifically in the Sunday night game where the Patriots beat the Bills in Buffalo. And New England has not played anyone since then, and that's not meant to be an insult, like you beat who's on your schedule. But the Bills are the only really good team they've beaten this year. And look at what Tampa did last night against Sal's Falcons. That win's looking worse and worse as the weeks go on. So I think Buffalo's going to be able to run. That sets up play action to the tight end, specifically Dalton Kincaid. Never good when a white tight end is your most explosive player, but that's where we're at right now in Buffalo. Bills will be able to score. Bills defense stinks. Here's Drake May on the other side. I think the Patriots are slightly more likely to win, but I like over 49.5.
Okay, interesting. Now, we'll obviously jump around a little bit here. Now, I don't know if they're absolutely the best team in football. Matter of fact, I don't think that they are, but they're one of them. And I'm going to hit you with a little Seattle something here, because to me, the mark of a terrific team is somebody that puts away inferior teams immediately. They don't mess around. I mean, I know they've had a softer schedule, and they bludgeon the bad teams as good teams should. But in terms of week-to-week trust, is it crazy to say that Seattle may have earned the most trust out of anybody at this point in the NFL?
Well, we can get into, if you'd like their game this week against Phillip Rivers and the Colts, but I think, BT, you'll have an opportunity, like a little piggy, to take that opinion to market next week, because 6 days from now, Thursday Night Football, Seahawks, Rams in Seattle. And I think my guess is Seattle's going to be a 1-point favorite in that game. Maybe it'll be a pick 'em. I'm going to like the Rams in that game to win on the road in Seattle. I don't have to be right. If you or anyone in the audience feels strongly about Seattle being that team this year, you're going to get the opportunity to bet Seattle to win, basically just to win next Thursday night against the Rams. So I can't say I'm with you there on Seattle just because I don't trust the quarterback to that degree. But again, we'll find out in 6 days what Sam Darnold's made of through the 4 picks against the Rams in the first meeting.
Are the Chiefs officially done?
Well, I mean, officially, not yet.
Well, in your mind.
Yeah, we're
officially in your mind. You've been the biggest Chiefs supporter there is. I'm actually shocked it's gotten...
And now I'm poor.
I'm actually surprised it's gotten to this point, Nick. Not maybe surprised with the Texans result, but definitely the Cowboys result. You see a path that this team could still get in the playoffs?
Well, it's like when Travis Kelce dropped that final pass on Sunday night. It was really tough to say. Thank God my daughter doesn't understand a lot, because when I told her Christmas is canceled... I don't know if she quit. I'm kidding. Bet responsibly, everybody. I'm joking. Also, I wish the Chiefs would have won some more of these games. Are they done? No, because the Chargers have a brutal schedule coming up, and the Colts are starting Phillip Rivers. So there is an avenue for the Chiefs to still make it. I'm not going to tell you it's likely at this point. I'm not going to do that. I do think they're going to beat the Chargers, and I think they're going to cover on Sunday. But again, I'm the boy who cried wolf at this point. I cry wolf every week.
They're done. They're not going to have more.
They're not done.
They're not going to. Houston's playing great. They're not going to finish ahead of them. Buffalo's got 9 wins. The Chargers have 9. I mean, the little window of opportunity would be the Colts, and I know
they got to pass the Chargers. I think they can pass the Chargers.
They got to win 3 more games than them at this point. No way.
Let's see. So Chargers.
Head-to-head this week.
I know.
So Chargers schedule. I mean, I'll get it up here,
and I'll get the Chiefs up.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs up.
I have them both here too. Okay. Chargers. So let's assume the Chargers lose this game, right? I think they're going to lose.
I'm not assuming that, but okay.
And listen, I'm always wrong about this. So you could be right.
I got you.
Chargers at Dallas, not a gimme. There'll be dogs in that game.
Coin flip.
Home Houston.
Coin flip.
At Denver.
Yeah, those are tough games.
Coin flip. Yeah, I get you. It's tough.
No, so Chiefs, let's say the Chiefs win this weekend 7-7 at Tennessee.
Right, and win.
Layup.
Wow, Christmas is really going to be ruined for me. Home Denver on Christmas night.
Yeah,
I think the Chiefs.
But that's it. That's
I think
the
the Chiefs
season
will
then.
win.
Yeah, and that's the season.
I think they'll win
because they get the Raiders after that. So that's it. That's the game. Yeah, I don't think they're dead yet. I just can't bury them. Now, look, it obviously hasn't been good. I'm just trying to look at the math real quick in front of them. So let's say the Colts come down. Were you expecting a collapse?
Chiefs have the tiebreaker over the Colts. If they
and what about Baltimore?
Chiefs beat them head-to-head. They have the tiebreaker on Baltimore.
Okay, so, I mean, then that's where you get the math. And you said the Chargers would have to come down? Because the Texans...
the Chargers have to, win one more game. And the Chiefs can make it with a win this weekend.
Yeah,
it's less than 50. I'm not trying to tell you. The way you phrase the question is it over? It's not over, but we haven't. We're not there yet, but we're boop, boop, boop. We're trending in that direction. Grandpa's letting go of the rope. It's not great.
Getting ready to pull in the driveway. No, look, not to belabor the Chiefs angle, but. Again, forget about the standings and what's in front of them, though that certainly matters, strength of schedule moving forward. I get all that, but they just haven't beaten a very good teams. They beat the Giants. They beat the Ravens when Lamar was out. They beat the Raiders. They got 6 wins, and I just gave you 3 of them. That's all I'm saying. I just don't think they're that good.
It's tough to argue. And honestly, to the people that said they weren't that good last year, I mean, they did make the Super Bowl. They got lambasted. They got destroyed. Last year they went 11-0 in 1-score games. This year they're 1-5. So I mean, look, listen, you can make a case they should have 10 wins right now. They don't. You're right. They're losing all these close games. Last week was ridiculous. The Sunday night game. Andy Reid going for that 4th down. I'm Mr. Aggressive. Mm-hmm. That was as bad as it gets. Yeah, they suck. That being said, though, I do think they'll win this weekend because the Chargers' offensive line's hot garbage.
Yeah, and that being said, as you look at the landscape of the AFC. Tell me the teams that you definitively think are superior to them or that you would trust to beat them in the postseason. As much as I love Denver and New England's been great, I don't think New England's going to beat Buffalo this week. Even Buffalo, look at all the teams. Tell me definitively where the team is that's going to be better than Kansas City if they get in.
It doesn't exist. Now, with that being said, though, I think a better way to, that's a great, it's a really fun thought, right? If they get in, everyone's going to want to bet them, obviously. But they're likely not to at this point. And then it's, okay. Do you trust, now with Kansas City out, this is similar, right? And we're all around the same age. Where is this Green Bay in the 90s when the Panthers beat the Packers, or the Panthers beat the Cowboys in the divisional rounds, and then the Packers don't have to play Dallas and they go on to win the Super Bowl against Bill Parcells and the Patriots? Or is this any of the Steelers teams with Cowher or Tomlin that needed the Patriots to get knocked off in order to get to the Super Bowl, where Buffalo now could have a road where they don't have to play Kansas City? Where they don't have to scale Mahomes Mountain this time.
Yeah.
And do you trust Buffalo to make that happen? I don't think I do because their defense is bad. But
I'm kind of with you.
The way you got to have to start thinking about it, right? Because I don't think the Chiefs are making it.
There you go. All right, real quick swerve here. The MVP race, it's not like the MVP race in baseball where, there's day-to-day conversation and speculation. Cal Raleigh, obviously Aaron Judge. It's just a different energy. This year, I'm a little confused. I thought it was Stafford's for a lock, and I know that the odds say that he is still, although Drake May can make a push, and maybe even Josh Allen. At that point, I don't think there's anybody beyond those 3 that could possibly win it. Number 1, do you agree? And, do you think Drake May is able to swoop in and take it away from Stafford right now?
Certainly. I mean, it's definitely possible that could happen. The Rams could lose to the Lions. The Rams could lose to the Seahawks. The Patriots could beat the Bills, and the Patriots could beat the Ravens next week. And then we get into a spot where Drake May certainly the favorite. Stafford right now -185. I think so look, if I had to bet someone outside of those 3, it would be Jordan Love. Dak had an opportunity, but the Cowboys could not lose to the Lions last week. If Dallas had won out, you could have maybe made a case for Dak. I think he's dead now. They're 10-1. No way for Dak. The way it happens for Josh Allen, it's not just that you need the Bills to win this game. They have to win the division. And they have to get within shouting distance of Denver for the number 1 seed in the AFC. Because think about MVP, right? And this is one of those things where it doesn't matter if you agree with this or not. It's just a fact. It's well, I'm mad the sky's blue. Sorry, it is. A team's success matters a lot when you talk about most valuable player. And that's the thing that differs it from baseball, where Mike Trout can win MVP on a crappy Angels team because he goes for the Triple Crown. And, the best player on the best team may not because he doesn't have the stats.
Yep.
Dak Prescott ain't winning MVP at 10-6-1. Like, it's not happening. So the Bills can't lose another game, and you need Denver to drop at least one game in order for Allen to get there, and you need the Patriots to drop at least one other game. So it's not just enough for the Bills to beat the Patriots. They need New England probably to lose another, and they need the Rams to lose a couple games also. So, these things can happen. What do I think's most likely? I think, the Rams will beat the Lions. I think they'll beat the Seahawks. I think Stafford's in the catbird seed.
There you go.
One more from me, Nick, on the NFC. So let's eliminate the NFC South, meaning that whoever wins is in. The loser of the Bucs and Panthers is going to be out. You could put Dallas in this equation if you'd like. I'm focused more on maybe the Lions, Bears. Give me the team that you think gets that final spot, or the teams that will be on the outside. If it's one team or if it's two teams you think will be on the outside of those final spots in the NFC.
Okay, so let's bring it up. So I think the Lions may be in a spot of trouble because I think they're going to lose this weekend at the Rams, and that will drop them to 8-6.
Right, they're 8-5 and 8th right now. Bears in 7th at 9-4. Niners have the Titans this week and are 9-4 in 6th place there. So that's what I'm saying. I look at it. To me, it's a tricky thing. Which there's going to be a good team that is on the outside looking in of the NFC postseason.
So if we're just going to use let's take opinion out of the equation. And we're going to use the betting market to guide us, right? Betting market says Rams will be at 11 this weekend, 6-point favorite against Detroit. Seattle will be at 11, 2-touchdown favorite against Phillip Rivers. The Niners will be at 10, almost a 13-point favorite against Tennessee. The Packers will be at 10, 2.5-point favorite at Denver. The Bears will be at 10, 7.5-point favorite against the Browns. Detroit's going to be at 8. Philly's going to be at 9, and that's going to, because they're facing the Raiders. I think the answer to the question is Detroit, and whether or not I like that answer, because I like Dan Campbell and I like the Lions, I think Detroit's the answer to the question is who's most likely to be out.
Wow. And that would stink if we have a postseason without Detroit and Kansas City.
Although, hold on, between you and I, what did Francesa say when we were leaving the golf course that day when we played? He said Detroit's going to have a rough season. He did say, wow. All right, last one from me for the show. And by the way, we've loved having you on, and I know we can say goodbye a little bit more officially in a moment, but who's coaching your G-men next year? The last time I get a chance to ask you on the air, who's coaching the Giants next year, man?
It's who's going to, or who do I want it to be?
How about both?
I want Cowboys offensive coordinator Clayton Adams.
Okay, you've talked about that before, just making sure that you're still with it. Gotcha.
I think it's going to be Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley.
That's tough sell, man. A defensive coordinator?
Yeah, well, I mean, just no one has any idea how this stuff's going to work. And I don't say that derisively, he's done a really nice job. That's my guess. Honestly, I think they'll interview Vance Joseph.
Okay.
The Broncos defense, who washed out as the head coach in Denver, but now he's doing an unbelievable job as the DC there.
Spags get a chat?
I hope not. And I don't mean that to be insulting, just I kind of think that ship has sailed. He's an all-time great Giants. Just no.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like for it to be an offensive coach to work with Jackson Dart. You asking me who do I think it's going to be? My official guess will be Jeff Hafley as the Giants head coach. Who do I want? Clayton Adams or Brian Flores?
There you go.
And you think Shane's coming back or no?
I think they're going to lose this weekend. I can do this one last time for that. They're terrible. They lose every game. They suck. They're going to lose this weekend to Washington. I'm going to bet the Commanders. How do you bring him back? How is it justified at this point?
Yeah, I know.
I think he's not coming back.
Okay. All right. There you have it.
What do you think?
I don't think he's going to come back. I can't imagine. I think there are going to be significant changes with the Giants. So obviously there's a lot going on with the health of ownership, so we need to see that through. I can't imagine that being the sell to the fan base. Hey, we did it again with the roster, Joe Shane. Just give us another year and we'll start seeing results. You can't do it. It's gotten so bad. It's gotten so ugly. I think they've got to move on, and I think that they will, much like we will, Nick. And we'll miss you. It's been a pleasure these last couple years having you on each and every Friday during the football season. Nobody does what you do better than you do. You're the best at it. I've told you that. So we'll miss having you on the show.
Sal, I've known you for a long. I won't belabor this point. Sal, I've known you for a long time. I consider you a friend. BT, I think we're kind of friends now, also based on our on-air interactions. And I really care about both you guys. You guys are both really talented, and I know that you guys are both going to be great. And I loved your show, and wish you guys nothing but the best. And thank you. And sincerely, I don't take any of these opportunities for granted. This is hollowed real estate on this station. Thank you guys very much for allowing me to be a part of your show. Sincerely.
And you still owe me the steak dinner for the Broncos and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to owe him a steak dinner, so I'll see you again.
Yeah, it's just like the three of us will go out in Manhattan.
I mean, I'm losing even when I'm gone. Oh, God.
All right, BT, that does it for us here with Costos. That was the host of You Better, You Bet, and Odyssey Sports Betting Insider, Nick Costos. Insider calls presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary for all your betting and sports talk needs. Check out the BetMGM network on the Odyssey app. We'll come back. We'll get into some of your calls right now. Let's get you updated. Here's CeeLo.
Wake up with Boomer and Gio. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
And this Sports Flash is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Also sponsored by Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. No one sells more Lexus vehicles in New Jersey than Ray Cattina Lexus. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Unwrap exceptional offers on all models, including the all-new GX and TX at Ray Cattina Lexus of Freehold and Ray Cattina Lexus of Monmouth. Official from Aaron Glenn and the Jets, Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields both ruled out for Sunday at Jacksonville. That means Brady Cook will become the first undrafted rookie quarterback to start for the Jets in 50 years.
I've been nervous before any football game I've ever played. You know, I'm excited. You know, it's important. You know, this is everything I've ever done. So there's a level of importance there that it's going to create nerves. But whenever I drag out onto the field and take that first snap, it's gone. You know, it's not there. You're focused because you have no other choice. You really don't.
He'll be backed up by Adrian Martinez, who just rejoined the Jet practice squad this week. Other injury notes, rookies Mason Taylor and A.Z. Thomas both ruled out for Sunday as well. Meantime, the Jets reportedly signing starting center Josh Myers to a 2-year, $11 million extension that ties him to the franchise through the 2027 season. Giants Commanders Sunday at MetLife. Kayvon Thibodeau ruled out for a 4th straight game for Big Blue as he continues to deal with that shoulder injury. NBA got the Nets in Dallas to take on the Mavericks tonight. Brooklyn going for 4 wins in a 5-game span. Coverage on the Fan and the free Odyssey app begins at 8:20. And lastly, fired Michigan football coach Sharon Moore officially charged with 3rd-degree home invasion, stalking related to a domestic relationship, and breaking and entering after appearing at an arraignment in district court in Ann Arbor this morning. Fan weather sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. We have 34 degrees, sunny skies in Central Park, and with sports flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lopresti.
It's Boomer and Gio, mornings on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
The other team, I guess, wins without playing is the New York Giants because now they have the #1 draft pick this coming April.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, football fans, tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL. Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by the Home Depot. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give.
Yes!
And receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet.
The app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
When businesses thrive, communities score. That's why Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup here in New York, New Jersey. And our more than 280 local business specialists are ready to help your business win. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
BT and Sal back on the Fan, the BT and Sal Show on the Fan, presented by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Giants.
Got another hour to go, Sal. We're going to get right back to these phones, finish up strong the BT and Sal way. 888-808-1019. I want to let you guys know I said this obviously earlier in the show. We're doing a massive event, and it's going to be a blast. It's the thing, whether it's a celebration, a going-away party, a little bit of everything. Go and check my socials. There's limited tickets. All the info is there. Aaron Boone is going to join us. So basically, it's a night with BT and Sal Live where we're at a big theater, food, booze, go out, meet us, all the store VIP options, whatever you want, it's there. It's just a chance for us to kind of finish and maybe not finish together, but in terms of the
continue
show. Yes,
is the right way to say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Do it in style, do it with fun, and that is all over my social on Instagram and Twitter. Go check it out. And in the meantime, we got an hour, man. Let's hammer it hard. Let's finish the right way part, and let's go.
Ready to do it. 888-808-1019 is the number to call. Kevin is calling from Edison. What's up, Kev?
How you doing, Sal?
Good. What's up?
I'm going to miss you guys, man. This is one of my all-time favorite radio shows. BT, you are my absolute favorite personality on 1019. And Sal, you're with them. So I just wanted to call today because I've only gotten through to you guys once, and it probably didn't go the way it should have, but I was very upset with what Sal said that day.
What did I say? Do you remember, Kev?
Soda.
Wait, what did I say? You have to remember.
I will never forget it.
Oh.
Okay. It was a very rough day for me to begin with, just because of what happened in free agency and with my favorite player on the Giants that was let go and picked up by Philadelphia, and you couldn't seem to understand how any Giants fans have a problem with him going to Philly. And I kind of called up and lost it on you for about 5 straight minutes until you finally hung up on me. And I wanted to just call and say, I am finally in a better place in life where I forgive you.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. And you don't even have to apologize. First of all, we appreciate the support and the kind words, but you don't have to apologize. That's a sports argument. Lord knows we've had arguments with callers over the years, whether it's me on the overnight, whether it's during the midday show. It's never something that I look back on and say, yeah, I'm proud of that. I hate it. But it is part of heated, passionate sports debate. So whether Kevin feels that, he got on me, don't even worry about it, bro. All good. And I feel that way sometimes to callers where it hasn't happened in a while, to be honest with you. But
it hasn't.
But when
let's not have one. We're good, right?
We're not. It was just always, to me, it was always a part of passionate, heated sports talk. So it was never anything personal, but I could understand how some people may hear that and perceive a certain thing. But also those things get clipped off sometimes by social, and then that's what gets played.
And they miss the 3 minutes of what was said before that when we actually sounded like human beings.
Yeah, or when you do 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, that's the one thing that gets highlighted. Everything else gets lost. So there's this perception of, oh, this guy yells at the callers, whatever. Yeah, of course we've done that before, but sometimes callers have yelled at me, as Kevin just said. But we appreciate that. Very classy of you to call up and say that, but no need for the apology. All good in the world of sports talk and debate.
To me, it's really the most exciting part of what we do. I mean, I've said it a million times. It's what drew me into Mike and Chris and the station. Think about this. Like, whatever debate, and it's all relative to your age and all that stuff, like exactly where you grew up, what teams you rooted for. One of the things that I got into a lot was the Mattingly Hernandez thing growing up. And it was never like, I mean, think about arguing in the street with your buddies while you're playing wiffle ball or tennis ball or whatever it might be. It's like, you know what? I think you're absolutely right. I think Keith is a slightly better defender on the 3-6-3 bunt, and for that reason, no, you yell, you dropping F-bombs, you yell at each other, you're getting loud.
What are you, an idiot? You don't really mean it, but you just...
Well, sometimes you do. Sometimes we do. Now, you can't drop an F-bomb on the air, so that is just a continuation of the... Although you can drop an F-bomb at the BT and Sal live show, which is going to be awesome. But that's why this is just a continuation of really what gripped you and me and so many of you when we were kids. It's when we first fell in love with sports. When you love sports, you get after it. That's it.
Steve is calling from East Meadow. What's up, Steve?
Stevie.
Guys, how are you? Pleasure to talk to you one last time. I'm always the guy bringing up the double standard between the Mets and the Yankees, and you guys hit on me once in a while. But best show on the radio, hands down. You guys made me a caller. Sad to see you go, but it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. But I just wanted to get into some Mets stuff. Now that the dust is settling, I kind of have another theory of maybe what Stearns could be doing, or maybe what he should be doing, or maybe what I want. I'm kind of thinking Kwan to the Mets to play left field. Stearns keeps talking about this run prevention. He's going to be a cheaper trade package than getting Scooble this year. He can solidify left field and the defense. He can move into our leadoff spot, have Lindor 2, Soto 3. Then I'd like to go them to sign Bellinger. He can play center field or first for us. And that Japanese pitcher that keeps going out saying he wants to beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, I want him.
Yeah, I would get him, Bellinger, and Kwan. Now our lineup's significantly better than what it is today. You can fill in some of these spots. Obviously, the bullpen's going to need help, but it makes the team better, and I feel that's the way Stearns kind of wants to go.
Okay, but hold on, Steve. Steve, let me push back. Steve, 1 second. I want to interject here. It's a pretty good plan there. What are you doing with Benj? What are you doing with Jed Williams?
Yeah, it won't be both. I was going to ask him too, BT.
So I think one of those guys is going to have to win the center field spot possibly in the spring training.
And then at Bellinger first.
Okay.
Correct. Then you can do Bellinger first, or you can platoon him in center when these guys want a break or it's not working out. And then you're going to have Beatty play third.
The only issue there, Steven, thank you for the call. Good thoughts, and we appreciate the kind words. The only issue there is there's a lot of lefties then in that lineup. I actually love the idea of Kwan. I want him for the Yankees. I think it's a perfect fit. But it also plays to something you said yesterday about Soto, what I'm talking about. Well, who's going to hit behind him? Who's going to hit behind him? And you said, well, what about the people in front of him? Well, if you get Kwan and have him hit leadoff in front of Lindor and Soto, now you're going to have to pitch to him for a different reason because the guy's on in front of him.
Sure.
And then let Soto do the damage as opposed to the guy behind Soto.
Well, when we were talking about, the absence of Pete now, the hole behind Soto, I said, I get it. I mean, it makes sense. It's a sound baseball thought or philosophy. I'm more concerned with what's in front of Soto based on the conversation we were having than what's behind him. Because if the guys in front of him do their job, then there's only so many times you can go out of the strike zone with Soto. Now, you can still make the point, hey, I'd rather take my chances with, say, the bases juiced or first and second and walk Soto and just deal with whatever's behind him. Yeah, there'll still be an element of that because whoever's behind Soto is not going to be as good as Soto, so there'll be a drop-off. But no, I mean, if the first two guys are good, then eventually you got to throw some strikes to Juan Soto.
Taco Frank calling from Hamilton, New Jersey. Taco?
Oh, Soto. What's up, boys?
Frankie. What's up?
This is beyond bittersweet, man. But, I hate when guys call in and say, remember when I called 3 years ago? But I'm going to be that guy for a second. I called you guys day one to congratulate you. And I got a couple of things, Sal, so don't let me go yet. But I called you day one to congratulate you. And I told you then, no matter how long you guys would be together, I guaranteed you the Mets would not win a championship. And I'm just going to say it, Sal. Obviously, again, I get proven to be right, buddy.
Yeah. I can't argue that.
Frank.
Didn't realize it would be a 2-year window, but no.
Three guarantees, man. I got two more things real quick. 3 guarantees in life that I always want to leave you with, and I know we'll all stay in touch, and I'm going to find wherever you guys go to. But
he said he texted me he bought tickets.
He's going to get tickets.
Well, I have 6. I have a table of 6 already, and it's grown. They actually don't get released, so the listeners know. They don't get released until December 16th.
That's true.
You can't purchase them yet, but I'm looking forward to that, man. I'll be there with Hector heckling you. But believe it, man. Please be open to coming back. You know, this is a personal request. I know it's not easy when something like this happens. You let go, you decide to leave, but we all know that it won't be more than a year before Carton gets either picked up.
No,
or
you can't say that. Yeah, forget Carton.
We can't be doing that.
And thank you for the call, Tackle Frank.
Thanks,
We got to let you go there. We don't want any disparaging words about the new lineup. Craigie, who's a WFAN legend. If you want to praise us, so be it. We can't have the negative stuff. As much as we love you, and we do appreciate the support, Taco Frank.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
And I just want to. I do want to reiterate. We are not being fired. There's just no more room for the show to continue. It's as simple as that. I mean, you got to do the math. So I guess the difference is that there's going to be, we're allowed to finish out. You're going to be on next week. I think there might be some opportunities. Whether we want to take those or not is up to us. But it's not like we're not allowed back on at all, or it's definitely over for us here. I mean, you got to work on the future, and what the future is not here, certainly. But it's not like they wouldn't welcome us back in at least a different role.
True. I'm
trying to say this to, you know what I'm saying here?
I can see you, the mental gymnastics and the navigate. I'm with you. Listen, sure. I learned a long time ago, not to close doors both ways, but at the end of the day, and how many times have we heard players say, I got to do what's best for my family? That's what you and I are about to do. Whatever's best for us, we will do. If that includes some shows at FAN, we'll do them. If it doesn't, we won't. It's that simple.
Correct. BT and Sal on the Fan. Eric is calling from North Caldwell. What's up, Eric?
Hey, what's up, guys? Honor and a privilege to be on the last day of the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks, dude.
Just a quick personal note. BT, we're from the same town. I saw you at Fireman's Field a few Saturdays back. I was leaving my son's baseball practice. You asked us what age we were. We chatted for a second. It was awesome to meet you. I appreciate you taking the time to give some encouraging words, too. And then, Sal, I have an awesome throwback for you. Not sure if you're going to remember this one. 2008, Mike and Chris had just broken up. We did the Bar A show, and you were like interviewing people to be on, and you did me a huge solid. You got me on the air, and it was a chance of a lifetime. I really appreciated it.
You're welcome. I don't recall exactly. I mean, I remember the event that you're talking about, but I forget the situation there. But you're welcome if I helped out.
Was that where Dog would sing at but those Bar A events were nuts,
When
right?
I did it, it was just Mike,
Okay,
I'm pretty
gotcha.
sure. I don't think Dog was there.
But would he sing Bruce songs? I thought he did, right?
Yes.
This was the first year before they did the Fan Phenom. Mike just did it like as a joke.
Yes.
Like, fake tryouts to be Mike's partner. And so there was like 8 of us that got on the air. And Sal, I did the monologue intro for Sal, and he was, I guess, really impressed, and he got me on the air, and it was, thrill of a lifetime. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you.
And I remember bumping into him. I was dropping my daughter. No, my daughter was already at the game. I was going to watch my daughter play a soccer game probably 3-4 weeks ago. God, you know me by now. You know how I love seeing this. So we built a really nice turf field in my town, right? Batting cages, and then there's a bigger field that soccer, and another baseball field, but actually 2. Anyway, I'm with my son. My daughter's already at the game, and it was kind of chilly out. It was like, early November, maybe mid-ish, something like that. And I saw a bunch of little guys. And my son's still fairly young. He's only 10, but I mean little, like 7. And I pulled the car. I'm like, Colt. I'm like, well, which team is that? And I remember getting out and asked Eric. I didn't know him, but I'm like, hey, what age group? 7U. I'm like, man. I look at my son. I'm like, dude, we were there a couple of years ago at 7U. God, it's going fast. And I love those interactions. I'm going to have my time next week, right? So I want you to really empty the holster. I got a bunch of shows next week by myself.
I think I'm pretty much tapped out. I mean, come on, dude. I almost left before. What are you kidding me?
At least emotionally. I hate it. My head's actually hurting because today's required a lot of thought, because not about saying the wrong thing, but about trying to straddle that almost impossible line of enjoying what remains, and there's not much, it's 40 minutes, and also still understanding, like, it's just it's a heavy day, but it's also a fun day. My head's banging, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
It is weird,
It's banging.
and I didn't want to think about this, and I'm gonna try not to think about this, but when you think about the reality of something you've woken up and did every day for the last 2.5 years, routine, Monday through Friday, same thing. Wake up, get in the car, listen to Boomer and Gio, come in, do the show with you.
Yep.
We're spending a lot of time together for 2.5 years, and just the fact are, that time is gone. Like, it's just not going to happen anymore.
That's true.
There's an element to sadness of that, but there's also an element that is exciting to think about the possibilities beyond it. So it sucks to not be able to do this with you any longer. all the time talking sports. You just get used to it. Yeah. You get into a rhythm, and we do it in a public space. We're doing it with a lot of people who listen and call, and they become part of the family, and it's ending. And it's, maybe an abrupt end or whatever.
It is. It's abrupt.
Okay. So that is a separate part of it, but also I'm just trying to remain focused and positive and strong in belief of what's to come for each of us.
There's no doubt. And I'll speak for you. You have an immense talent, so the future's bright. That's a layup. That's the easiest thing to say on the show today. I think the first time we got, certainly a little sad. You and I have had a lot of dialogue off the air about this for a while, and let's say we were not blindsided. We were blindsided by Marchand breaking the story. We knew what was going on, so our bosses did not do us dirty. Some people maybe think that they did. They did not. Okay, but I remember texting Sal about a week or so ago, and I think I was watching the Knicks with my son, and of course, he loves the station. He's going to come in one day next year and hang out with Daddy. And I texted Sal because Colt says, "Am I ever going to see Sal again?" And, from there, I sent it to you. And, there's moments of reflection. There's moments of emotion. There's moments of being galvanized. Because for you and I, the future is bright. But it's sad. And I didn't get to finish the thought from before. Guys, understand one thing. The people that, for me and him, what you hear is what you get. So when you see me at the Garden tomorrow, say hi. When you see me at a Little League field, say hi. When you see Sal at City, say hi. When you see Sal walking to SNY from the train, say hi. Like, that stuff doesn't change. Just the show does.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be in hiding for a few weeks.
Say hi and throw us a $20 bill. Don't just say hi.
When you see someone on the corner with his hat out begging for dollars, say hi and throw him a quarter or two. BT and Sal, the Fan, will continue with the calls. 888-808-1019, the number to call.
All right, man. Hey, Total Orthopedics, Long Island's premier immediate orthopedic practice, whether it's a sports-related injury or something a little more complex. Total Ortho has spots throughout Long Island with diagnostic equipment on site. Now, Total Ortho Express offers 4 convenient walk-in services, no appointment necessary. From the field or the sports court, straight to a top-rated walk-in orthopedic doctor. Visit TotalOrthoExpress.com. That is TotalOrthoExpress.com, because time doesn't heal wounds, they do.
I'm Dan Dave on the BetMGM Network, here to help you beat the books. One of the best college football games of the year on Saturday. Let's take the Army-Navy over 38.5. This game hit the over pretty easily in 2024, and both offenses have been good in 2025. Navy averages 32.5 points per game, and Army averages 23.2 points per game. I think both teams will have plenty of success finding the end zone. Take the over 38.5. Bet smarter. Beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
One choice can change everything. The New York City Department of Transportation reminds drivers to slow down and yield to pedestrians. You can't rewind a crash.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal is here for the holidays. Enjoy a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, 6-piece hash browns, and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's got everything you need to keep your holiday season running. Get it now in Dunkin' stores or order ahead directly on the Dunkin' app. After all, the holidays run on Dunkin'. No substitutions. Participation times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
This year's Farmer's Almanac warns of a harsh, super snowy winter. So take control of the wet, snowy, and icy conditions with a new set of Bridgestone winter tires from Town Fair Tire at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair gives you the most free services for life with your purchase of Bridgestone winter tires. For the guaranteed lowest price on Bridgestone winter tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Now's the time to enroll in quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. All plans provide free preventive care, coverage for prescriptions, emergency services, and more. Plus, 8 in 10 get financial help. Enroll by December 31st for January 1st coverage at getcovered.nj.gov.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Injured in an accident? Your case in the hands of one lawyer may settle for $100,000, but in the hands of the right law firm could be worth millions. The Rothenberg Law Firm has been representing injury victims for over 50 years, winning and collecting billions for our clients. And we're not stopping now. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888, or visit us at injurylawyer.com.
Be a lawyer for injured ones. Injurylawyer.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-830-4914. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-830-4914. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-830-4914. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-830-4914. That's 800-830-4914.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me."
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
BT and Sal back on the Fan. Let's give away some concert tickets before we exit the stage here on the final BT and Sal show. Caller number 10 right now. Of course, you have a chance to win Avenged Sevenfold. That's what you're hearing. 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Avenged Sevenfold at UBS Arena. That's August 10th. So right before just about the start of the new football season, hopefully which will be better than this miserable football season. Courtesy of Live Nation. Tickets going on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. And, of course, this portion of the BT and Sal show brought to you by Cash App.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to Week 15 in the NFL. BT, WFAN NFL football powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store today. Let's get back to the calls here. Oh, a special call right now. Pat Boyle is giving us a call, BT. Do you remember Patty Boyle?
Of course.
Okay, just making sure.
Man,
I mean, it's easy to forget. I wanted to make sure everybody knows him.
Patty B.
What's up?
Sal, why don't you eat my shorts, man?
How are you, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. I just wanted to call in real quick and wish you guys the best. I got a lot of love for both of you. You guys are absolute pros and studs. And, it sounded like WFAN when I was growing up listening in the car with my dad when you guys were on the air. And it was an absolute blast and a pleasure to work with you guys. You guys taught me a lot just by observing and watching you guys. You're absolute pros. And you guys are both going to crush it. Whatever else is next for both of you guys, and I love both of you.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for the text the other day. We love you too, man. You're a talented dude. So right back to you. By the way, you still got the honey? Are we going to get engaged anytime soon, Patty B? What's going on?
Whoa!
That's the Patty we know.
Yeah, look, man, I don't know. You know, when you know, and she's the one. So yeah.
There you go. Nice, dude.
Well, Pat, we appreciate you taking the time, bro. Obviously, stay in touch, and best of luck with your career as well. We both believe in you here. You know that. It was always a pleasure working with you, whether it's on the overnight or here as well. So we appreciate you taking the time for the kind
Hold on, real
words.
quick, though. I'm going to do this for you, too.
Yeah.
Talented guy, funny guy. So Pat is a lot younger than us, all right? So Pat is about to get married at some point. Pat, I have one request, and I'm begging. Just invite me to the bachelor party, because all my friends are either too old or they're never getting married, man. I got to have one more bachelor party.
I don't
before
even
it's all
remember
said
the
and done.
last bachelor party I was at.
It's me neither.
And usually
I think it was mine, actually.
No,
I'm saying I think
yours is.
I think the last bachelor party that I've been to was mine.
Wow.
I don't think I had any after it.
Was mine even? And I don't really. What'd you do? Did you go to Vegas or something?
No, I lived in Vegas, so that was kind of played out for me. I lived there early in my career, as you know. We rented a sick house on the water in the Hamptons, and there was 2 days. One day I can't even begin speaking about. the day before that was like barbecuing steaks and playing wiffle ball on the sand and going fishing and watching college football and hammering back drinks, and it was phenomenal. My boys did a great job.
Pat, you can invite me, but I probably won't be there. Chris is calling from Sea Cliff, New York. What's up, Chris?
Hey, boys, how you doing? Sorry to hear you're leaving. I listen to you all day long. One segment I will totally miss is the baseball cards. I mean, it brings me back to 1975 when I was 10 years old, sitting in the schoolyard flipping cards with my friends. So it really brings me back, and it makes me feel young again. So I will be missing that segment. I appreciate that. One segment I won't be missing is all the Alonso speak. They go, oh, my God, Pete Alonso again, this and that. Man, you guys just talk about him every day.
He's pretty big, Chris. He's pretty big fixture.
Trust me,
come on, Chris.
Trust me, we're not going to miss that too, because 2.5 years of the same nonsense with it.
Yep.
I'm excited that there's been a resolution. Maybe not the one that most Met fans wanted.
Yeah.
Hopefully it turns out better for the Mets, but I'm at least happy that it's been resolved, because it's been speculated for years. This has been the way it was going to end, but even last year was just too much hanging on with Pete. So I'm with you there, Chris. That topic has been played for the last 2.5 years.
So we can get rid of the nausea there. And then the other thing I'm going to miss is your guys' passion, your banter back and forth. So it's been enjoyed listening to you. I'm sure you guys will do great wherever you wind up, but I'll follow you as well.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks, pal.
You know, a lot of people have said that. They'll miss us and they'll follow us.
Yep.
I hope that that's the case, but I'm not so sure I believe it. I think it's easy to say, like, first of all, nobody's going to care. In another 2 weeks, that's it. New lineup, everyone's going to be excited. All right, BT and Sal, who are those guys?
Mm-hmm.
But at least the follow part, I hope, is somewhat true. You know, everybody goes, oh, you have the greatest show. Or somebody calls in, they're like, oh, I hate the Giants. I'm never going to a game. I'm like, BS on that. He's like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to keep my season ticket.
That's happened. We've called them out, and they've retreated. I honestly, dude, I think they will. Honestly, and I don't mean that in a cocky and an arrogant way. I think, and a lot of people have said it. I remember, was it Gio? No, who was making fun? I'm having fun, so I didn't take it the wrong way, but we said one time on the air, like, not that we said we were Mike and Chris. That's idiotic. But
you
like
might have said
that. It was a loose, like, the volume, the energy. I think people love that, man. And I think in today's medium, that's dissipating. There's shock value. There's pop culture. And by the way, that's stuff that you and I get into that as well. But the meat of what you and I did and the meat of who we are, whether we're together, which we'll still do stuff together, obviously, and a lot of things by ourselves, it's genuine and it's authentic. And I think there's a lot of nonsense and stuff that's out there that's pretty flimsy and that's not believable. And I think people will follow us. As a matter of fact, I know they will.
Hector's calling from Washington Heights. What's up, Hector?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Gluten Riddance, man, is about
well done.
Yeah. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding, man. Listen, I'll say this. When it first came out and you guys were together, Sal, love Sal. But I'm like, man, these two guys is too much of the same guy. I'm not sure this is going to work. Well, I've grown to respect that hell out of you, BT. I've told you a lot of times. I've agreed with you a lot, and I respect your opinion. And still looking forward to having you on My Little Gun Thoughts just to talk sports, baseball, and all that good stuff.
We'll chop it up.
And even fan.
I got you.
Yes. But Sal, man, it's a sad day for all of us that came to know you on the overnights, who rooted for you, who lived through you. I know I do. Lived through you, enjoyed you, rooted for you to get on the daytime and celebrated it. So it was a sad day, but we know that you're going to be okay and you're going to find somewhere. And yes, we will follow you as well, BT, and wishing you both all of the success that you can come to.
Well,
I'm trying not to really choke up.
No,
I really feel emotional about it.
We appreciate that. You're somebody that's special to me too, Hector, and thank you for the call. We want to get as many as we can in here so we can talk off the air. But you're somebody that's special because you're symbolic of, I'm sensitive to the criticisms about my relationship with callers at times. Okay. It is something that is such a small part of what I've done, but yet something that's such a big criticism from some of the negative voices. Mm-hmm. And yet Hector is a caller that I had no idea who he was. We just started to build a relationship of him calling the show. We had disagreements, whatever it was, and then we become legitimate friends. And he's not the only one. There have been other callers that have become...
Frank called in 10 minutes ago. It's another one.
Yeah, Mitchell and Forley, Eric and Ron. There are legitimate callers, especially on the overnight, where it's easier to create that bond, where you have more time, it's more intimate. So he's somebody that, as a legit caller, we became legit friends, and we'll continue to keep that friendship beyond this. The way that I would say it for me personally is that I had a goal in mind, and it was to come back to the Fan after I got fired in 2009 for something just so ridiculous, but whatever it was the best thing that happened to me in my life, okay? That happens, and then I always felt a black cloud over me, and it was my mission to get back here. And then I came back. Chernoff welcomed me back. I did some shows. Then I left for a better opportunity at OR, which I felt can help me grow as a talk show host, which it did. Then I came back again. When OR went away and the Mets were no longer there, I asked Chernoff to come back, and I did. And from that day on, there was one thought. Plow ahead to be able to get as far as you possibly could, with the goal always being probably afternoon drive. Mike and Chris were my guys. That was always the goal. And I didn't really think down the road. I was in the moment doing whatever I could. My wife just had a baby. I didn't care. I'm doing the overnights. Whatever I needed to do, yes, I'm there. I'm doing it. I'm doing it to the best of my abilities. From 2018 was when I returned on. And I've done that. And I've taken this as far as I could go. And they made the change the first time. And I was not selected for the afternoons. I was paired with you. Okay. And then we were going to take this as far as we could possibly go. And another change took place. And I'm not involved. We're on the outside looking in. And that's it. And I'm at peace with the work that I put in. I feel like I've maxed out on every level possible. Everything that every person in this building has asked me to do, I've done it. And I've done it at an extremely high level. So I'm not done. I'm just getting started. But I do know that here, my time has come to an end. I've taken it as far as I can possibly take it. And what was my dream years ago is over. And now it's time to dream even bigger. It's a new dream. That's where my focal point is at, while also still keeping good relationships here and being open to coming back in some kind of capacity as soon as potentially the turn of the new year.
I think it's fitting that you're wearing a Rocky sweatshirt today. I do. I think it's also... everybody who listens to the show knows, we love Rocky. We do. And there's a Clubber Lang who's a no-doubter. There's a Drago who's a no-doubter. There's an Apollo Creed who's a no-doubter. And then there's a Rocky, and that's you. Because you weren't born into this business. Your dad was blue collar, may he rest in peace. Your mom supports you like my mom supports me. And every barrier, I don't respect, dude. You fought your way here, man. And you made it. And not only did you make it, but I promise for a show that's only been on 2 years, I'm going to take myself out of the equation because I don't want to sound like a pompous ass. That's not what it was about you. For a show that's been on the air for 2 years, you made a mark that felt like 10. And that was all you, and that was all heart, and that was all hustle, and that was all determination. And I've had a lot of partners. I have not had more fun with anybody in my life on the air. I have not had passionate debates like I've had with anybody on the air. This dude, this psycho, awesome, crazy, insane, fantastic, lunatic nutball rolled into one. Came in every day, sleeves rolled up, let's go. And I respect that.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. And I would say the same to you when we each had different trajectories how to get here, but ultimately ended up in a spot where we both thought that we felt we wanted to be and belonged.
Yeah.
And I still believe that. You had to go at a market. That's something that I didn't have to do. So while I was fighting and clawing behind the scenes and working my way up and doing everything to bounce back and all that stuff and multiple jobs and overnight schedules, leaving the market is not easy to do. And you had to do that multiple times, whether it's Vegas, Detroit, obviously San Francisco, then back, and then do network shows down the hallway, which is not easy to do, the national shows and all those things that you fought through to be able to get to this point as well. So different paths, but kind of the same makeup in that, scrappy mentality and just being a passionate New York sports fan. That's ultimately what we are. And we've been fortunate to have the opportunity to have a microphone in front of our face for the last 2.5 years.
And I think people respected that.
BT and Sal on the Fan will come back with our final segment with your calls on the other side.
All right there, brother. Hey, operating engineers, Local 825 for the men and women who make our region move. Whether it's roads, bridges, or your favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure that we all rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That is ELEC representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. After the Bucs lost to the Falcons on Thursday night, Tampa Bay coach Todd Bowles went on a profane rant. The Bucs have lost 5 of 6 and now could miss the playoffs, which brings up the next question. Is the Bowles era coming to an end soon? Tampa Bay has made the playoffs consistently. If they don't reach the postseason this year, the coach could be in big, big trouble. I'm Andrew Perloff.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This is John Gallucci Jr., President and CEO of JAG Physical Therapy. 'Tis the gift-giving season, and you should remember to give a gift to yourself, the gift of health. As you know, driving long distances to see family members, trying to lift up the Christmas tree, decorate the house, you can get some pain and stiffness. But it doesn't have to be this way. JAG Physical Therapy is there to help whenever you need us. From our family to yours, we wish you a very happy holiday season, and we look forward to getting you back to life you love in 2026.
Experience the magic of the season during the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. Enjoy exclusive holiday offers at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Mercedes-Benz of Union, and Ray Cattina of Freehold. 3 powerhouse locations, 1 legendary name, Ray Cattina. Discover the power of 3 at benzfam.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wondershop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wondershop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable memories with incredible prices on gingerbread kits and Wondershop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Get ready for more BT and Sal on the Fan.
Hey, New Yorkers. Fast, reliable internet can be yours when you switch to Fios. For a limited time, combine Fios home internet and 1 line of mobile for just $69.99 a month. Get unlimited welcome for $50 a month with AutoPay plus taxes and fees when you bring your phone. And add Fios 300 megabits for $19.99 a month with AutoPay, mobile plus home discount, and bonus discount. Visit your tri-state area Verizon store today to get this limited time offer and switch to our reliable 100% fiber optic 5G network. Fios, for eligible new Fios Internet and mobile customers. Both the $15 monthly discounts for Fios and Bring Your Phone applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. $99 Fios setup charge applies. For unlimited welcome, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Take a deep breath and visualize. It's Saturday. You just won up to $100 instant Kohl's cash just because you are one of the first 100 in-store customers. Yes, visualize you at Kohl's as a winner. Plus, you'll also save up to 50% store-wide. It's all happening this Super Saturday at Kohl's. No purchase necessary while supplies last on 12/13/25. One card per household. Select style. Some exclusions apply. Offers end December 13th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
There you go, BT. That, to me, is the mindset right now. Yep. That should be for both of us. We've referenced that many times.
You love that, boy.
It's on the back of my hoodie right now. That's the one we're wearing. That is, I've been watching that quite a bit. I remember, and geez, I hope I don't break down again, but I remember, this will be a little difficult for me. Just give me a second here. So that scene obviously is great. And when my father got sick and was debilitated, I would play that clip for him. And at a time like this, he's not there for me, but it hit me one day what he would be saying. And he'd be saying exactly that. So that's an important message to everybody, really. Life is going to keep hitting you and hitting you hard and try to take you down to your knees. It's not about how many times you get hit. It's about how many hits you can take and keep moving forward. And it's not a knock on Fan or whatever. It's just life in general. So I'm ready to take this hit. And just like I've taken many hits before, I'm going to keep moving forward. There were two responses you could do. One, take your ball and go home and run away, which I could have done many times. I've never done it. It's not in me. I'm going to keep fighting back. So I thought that was great for our show. I wanted to have that played at the end of it. But
Dude, you're dragging me into the emotional well, man. That's phenomenal. Just to, I was going to say lighten it up, but this might actually make it even a little bit. And then we'll get back to the calls. Yeah. It's funny. I didn't know that we had this trait that we shared. I knew that we were both passionate and loud and, like unrelenting in what we believe in terms of how we present our shows and how much we love the business. I knew all that before I did a single segment with you. I knew that. What I didn't know, and I didn't even really think about this really until just now to this degree when you were talking about your dad, there's also big parts of us that were always motivated.
Yeah. From our fathers?
Yeah.
And right.
To make them proud.
The similarities there.
To make them proud.
Very difficult. Not a bad upbringing, but
not
difficult,
bad at all.
Hard ass, you better do this, you better do that, and do it the right way.
Yeah.
And for me, the turning point, actually, when Neil Best wrote an article on me when I got the
I remember
show.
that. Didn't it say something, Ron Konkama? Didn't he reference Ron Konkama in there?
He wrote it
in the title. He did, right?
Long Island Zone, whatever it was.
Something like that. It was a good article.
But the turning point in my life, not only career, but in my life, was when I got fired the first time. I thought my dad was going to pummel me, dude.
You could be a grown man and still be afraid of your dad. I hear you on that.
I was thinking, oh my God, I screwed my whole life up. He's just going to destroy me because he was always hard on me. And instead, I told him what happened, and he said, don't worry about it. We're going to be all right. And at that point, it was exactly what I needed to hear.
Yep.
And it changed it changed everything for me.
Oh,
so
man.
It sucks that he's not here now to do that, but I know what he was saying.
And you know he sees it.
Yeah, BT and Sal on the phone. Let's finish up here on the phone.
Let's do it.
Weeping loser. Clem is calling from Rockland County. What's up, Clem?
Oh, what a day.
What's up, Clem?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, no doubt. Pretty emotional day, man. I just want to tell you, you guys, I'm self-employed. I spend a lot of time in my car, and from 10 to 2, I look forward to every day. Your talk about sports, your banter, the card game. I'm 55. It brought me back to my youth. I could still picture flipping a J.R. Richard card, man.
The Astros.
Yeah, exactly, man. Pre-stroke or after-stroke. But nonetheless,
true.
I want to thank you both personally, man. BT, I thank you for introducing me to the words that I would never use, man. Honestly, you're the deuce. I probably use more than you now, and anytime I use a big word, I'll think of you.
Thank you.
Sal, Sal. I want to thank you. I was listening to Surfside commercials way before yours, and it never enticed me. And then listening to you after you tore into Carl Banks, I said, man, I'm going to love this show, man. This is going to be amazing, man. This guy, I'm a Cowboy fan. I said, this guy just dethroned one of the legends of the Giants. And I since then, man, I've been a loyal listener. I love you guys. And you introduced me to Surfsides, man. Tonight I got a Christmas party. I got a ton of Surfsides, and everyone I suck down, I'll be thinking of you. I'll be following you guys, man.
Thank you, Clem. We appreciate that very much.
Clem. I think I might need a few Surfsides tonight.
You're not kidding. One more thing on Carl. That is something that both you and I have hated since the moment it happened.
Yep.
But it was not planned. It was not meant to be disrespectful. I hated that had to happen for us. But I also felt in the moment it was what was necessary to protect our show. We were just starting, and I felt we were under attack. It went on for a while. Thankfully, Carl, I appreciated his public support with a tweet the other day. I texted him that, so I feel like we could at least put that to bed. It was never any ill will. I had great respect for him as a player, as a person, on the air all these years. So that is something that, like, if you ask any regrets, I still feel like I would have done that because in the moment I felt it was right for the show, but I hated that had to happen for our show, especially so early on.
Yeah, but you know what? I hear you, and I agree, and you and I have talked about this a lot. Matter of fact, I remember sitting on my deck having a scotch, and I think Jen and the kids were at the store or something, and man, you and I were in the middle of this firestorm with Carl. And I remember saying, oof, and it was early in the relationship, man. I'm like, good God, the flame got high quick, right? And I remember calling you. I think you were at a restaurant.
Yes, I was out to eat.
Right?
Yes.
You're out to eat. And I just, and I guess that's where we kind of planted seeds. I'm like, I got you back on this. And I was nervous, and you were nervous. And most importantly, as you just said, but to reiterate, we felt badly that it went that way. But I think when something, see, that's what's mature. Listen, man, if you and I worked together when we were 25, we would have beat the crap out of each other.
Never would have worked.
And I would have won. But but it would not have worked. 35 would not have worked. I don't even know if I was 45 and you were 39, it would have. I think we got put at the right time. We made some mistakes. We owned up to them. And it makes you a better man.
Right.
And that's the way life's supposed to go.
Yeah. And
it's a good thing at the end of the day.
We were saying this off the air, like, man, or the regrets about it. And not really. While we weren't perfect and while we had our issues and while we didn't maybe deliver the exact way that we intended to every single time we were on the air, it takes a while to figure that out.
Oh, man, does it ever.
So I'm proud that we were able to rebuild it to a point where we feel comfortable with, where we're leaving not because of anything that the show has done to fail.
Amen. Amen to that.
It's just that there isn't any room. Carton's a legend. He's coming back, and it is what it is. So it's not like this show was a failed experiment. We gave everything we had, and while it was some ups and downs, I feel like certainly the last 6 months, maybe even a year beyond that now, has really been where we needed to be all along, but it didn't matter.
I know.
Wouldn't have mattered anyway.
No, but that's why you and I, and this will be down the road, you and I will have a chance to do a couple of things together because of the chemistry and because of the dynamic. Dude, the only regret that I would have had with this show is if we didn't give it everything we had. And we did.
David is in Brooklyn. What's up, David?
Hey, guys. BT, you may have heard my voice before because I was your lovely intern calling you in from ESPN Radio in Long Beach on a Saturday morning when no one wanted to talk to us at all, and we needed to do a hit from a parking lot.
That's right.
So
what's up, man?
I am very fortunate. Also, Mac Connection, because you're a Marist guy. I worked at Iona for so many years.
Yep.
So very fortunate to be calling on your last day. Sal, I didn't know you as well as I knew BT. I followed him to San Francisco listening, and even when he came back to New York, and now you guys paired together, you just meshed so well. The follically challengedness of it as well was amazing. As a follically challenged guy myself. But you guys really brought the energy. I think you learned from your mistakes. You just said, Sal, in the Carl Banks, not you, but the Carl Banks thing. But you also are empowered. Well, but many people say you. But you're empowered also by the things that happen in your life, the getting back up again, as you said. I've had loss. I lost my mother several years ago, so I know what that does to galvanize somebody as they work through. But you guys have done it. You will get back there. The takes you have, people love or they hate, and the arguments you've gotten into, but they're all fruitful because that's what New York sports demands, and you guys have given it to us. And so for everybody, thank you. We wish you all the best. We know you're to find the other way on the other side of things, whatever that may be.
Thank you, David. Great call. We appreciate that very much.
Perfect call.
Yeah, that's what we try. I mean, that's what we've tried to do. Passionate New York sports debate. There's a lot of calls we can't get to the rest of them. We only have a minute to go. Yeah. I mean, like you said, hopefully this is it's
we already have the event with Booney set up. Right. Guys, go check my social. Sal and I are doing a BT and Sal live show at a sick venue in New Jersey. Food, booze, a little music, Sinatra impersonation, Booney up on stage, me and you flipping cards, doing segments. Listen, we will have future stuff for sure. There's no doubt.
All right, and that's going to be, it's an end for this chapter of this show on this station, which we love very much and are very appreciative. I think it's important for me to emphasize that a lot of shows that are no longer going to be on don't get this opportunity. So that is not lost on me. Thank you to all the bosses for allowing us to finish when we wanted to finish. I mean, obviously we would like to say, but you know what I'm talking about. Have the opportunity to have a goodbye show and all that stuff. So thank you for that. And truly, thank you to all the listeners throughout the course of the last 2.5 years. We do hope you follow us wherever we go. We appreciate your support. We appreciate the debate, the passionate, fiery debate, all that stuff. Everybody who listened, everybody who called, we truly appreciate each and every one of you.
You get the last word today. I'm going to do a couple of shows next week. We got to go. Unfortunately, you're a beast, bro. I love you.
Thank you, bro.
You're a great guy.
Love you too.
Friend for life.
I'm gonna miss. Yes, that's the most important thing here. Come check out some of Colts games. We'll hang out by the fire pit, watch Nick games, do some videos, give people a little dose of it. But I wasn't sure how it was going to work. I really didn't concern myself with that. But I'm proud, and I'm glad we had the opportunity to work together, and I'm extremely proud of the work that we put in together, specifically these last 2 weeks under extremely difficult situation. I'm proud to say that I'm your partner. All right, that does it for us. Thanks to Rami. Thanks to Hoff. Thanks to everybody who listened and called. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special thanks to my mother, too, who's the biggest listener. She's going to be crushed by this. So, it's all right, Ma. You can listen to me at the Christmas table and all that stuff. We'll see you guys soon. Enjoy your weekend. Evan and Tiki, they're coming up next.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the season of giving at Nielsen Dodge. During this season,